Today we are broadcasting ourselves out to the world, so hopefully we can present an exciting, if not climactic, end to our adventurers who are charging headfirst into death. If that is what they decide to do, would anybody like to give us a quick recap before we get started?
Um, yeah, sure, I'll do so.
All right, give us a little succinct recap, and you will be awarded with inspiration.
Right. So last we left off, we'd just finished off. Well, we just finished off killing the Kesme, I think, if I remember that name correctly. We were heading into the grove, and we ended up meeting some elder mushroom people. The mushroom people asked us to go to meet their leaders, which is Sovereign Philo and Sovereign Basidia, on the way dealing with a shambling mound and a alpha grick. We started making our way there, but Brim decided to go off by himself due to some visions he's been having. We tried to encourage him to come with us, but to no avail. So we were passing by the Alpha Grick, and we said we'll take care of that as it was attacking the young Sporlings, I think the right term is. But yeah, it was attacking the right Sporlings. So Fane came up with the plan to basically blast the Alpha Grick inside the Zerkwood it was hiding in, using Puck's Fireball spell. As it came out and started attacking Zashir, I believe it was, Fane started getting a weird memory in his head about with sacrifice comes power. And dagger appeared, and this weird dagger appeared in his hand. Not knowing what to make of it, Fane kind of got into a false sense of security and kind of swiped his wrist, thinking it was blood magic. Did not turn out that way. But anyway, he panicked as he realized what he did and healed himself and then tried to toss the dagger away. Then, as the fight went on, everyone was taking on this Alpha Grick. Derendil got battered quite a bit. The dagger kept reappearing in Fane's hand. Now, Fane, and he kept shouting, "With sacrifice comes power," and coming near other characters. Getting ready to stab them. But thankfully, due to some good rolls, he was able to prevent something like that from happening. It took the power of a remove curse spell to finally end whatever this dagger was doing. And Fane managed to toss it away, where it disappeared somewhere in the muck. So we took care of the Alpha Grick, and then basically made our way back after we saw Brim being attacked by some Chul, I believe they're called. Anyway, we came to his aid to fight the Chul. Although I think he was doing pretty well by himself. But anyway, he was holding the dagger then. So I can't remember what led to this, but anyway, he cast a cloud of darkness on me and Puck because he was going to cast lightning bolt on. Oh yeah, he was going to cast lightning bolt on the Chul because they attacked him, but Puck counterspelled him, and then he put us under a globe of darkness as a result. Dork, seeing this, he'd approached from the south after he took some time to fish last session. He shot Brim, which led to a little bit of PvP as Brim retaliated with a lightning bolt. We managed to calm Finns down a little bit, and Fane, albeit without actually talking to him about it first and then talking to him afterwards, managed to remove the curse on him, which apparently he had quite a few, and he was able to remove the dagger from from himself as well. So Brim was in hysterics, saying about we got to go see something. There's something bad happening here and the like. The group didn't really, because he was so hysterical. The group was kind of like, I don't know, sort of thing. And then he decided to go off by himself in the end anyway, with the dagger wrapped up in his pack, with the free drow as well. And we were basically leaving off deciding what we were going to do next, basically. I don't think I missed anything, but I might have.
We figured out that it was Zuktmoy that's up there killing everything.
Yes, Zugtamoy. Yeah, Dawn mentioned, Dawn Brenner mentioned Zugtamoy's name, and
combination of Dawn mentioning it from hints that Brim gave, and then me asking Miradol, who confirmed who that was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it then, outside of the Zugtomi reveal.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary. Now you can go ahead and award yourself with inspiration.
I think I'm going to need it. Thank you.
And that is where we'll begin our adventure today. All right, just to reorient yourselves. Brim and his faithful drow companions of the moment are facing off against an awful abomination of fungus and undeath and rot. Everyone else is still kind of here deciding what they want to do, and then Dorkel Dexop, our ranger, and Dragon are, I think, in the process of leaving.
I think I shot them a message spell saying we weren't going to take the sub to come back this way. Or at least to come back this way.
Well, the time for decisions is now, because Brim and your companions, you're being threatened by this creature of slime, fungus, and rot. So go ahead and let's get things started off, and let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Lee, were you going to answer my questions? You said you were going to handle it at the start of the session. To Miradol?
Yeah, you can ask those questions, and she will answer them for you.
Let me pull up the questions again. Should I just read my whole little RP thing that I sent you, or just a question?
Yeah, I mean, just wait until your turn comes around, and then we'll sort it as part of your turn.
Sure thing.
That way, it doesn't influence Brim on his suicide dash into heroism here.
Yeah, of course I'd roll low.
You want one for Alateron as well?
Yes, please.
Perfect.
All right, is everybody in?
Mm-hmm.
I am.
Indeed.
Perfect. All right, Brim. You are standing among the rotting remains of Drow, Duergar, even a few Nothics in this mass of quivering, screaming, fungal rot. In front of you, this large, monstrous fungal creature that somewhat resembles a Myconid, but has undergone a horrible transformation of Zugtamoy, along with several other Drow. These Drow move in slow concert with one another, their heads a crown of fungal apparatus with rot and bulging, pulsating pustules, flowering fungus growing from their faces. They are hardly recognizable as Drow, and they seem to be moving toward you. Flanking the large creature on either side, you see two smaller Myconid, which appear to be Myconid adults by their size, and they look like they are in a position to assist this large one here in the center. What are you going to do?
Alright. I believe I will position myself closer to the middle. And then I might as well chromatic orb the big one.
All right.
And then let's see. It'd be thunder.
That is a hit. What is your damage type?
Thunder. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yeah,
Okay.
the chromatic orb sparks off towards the creature as it gurgles, joyfully explaining to you how you're going to join the great cedar in an eternal life of servitude. And he has nothing but greatness to show you. And as he opens his big, stupid face, an orb of your magic slams into the side of him, bursting in a puff of spores. He shakes the cap of his head, and he looks to you and he goes,
Very well. You will join us in life or death.
the voice echoing not only in the cavern, but also in your mind. He points at you with a pulsating trunk of a hand
Bring them to me.
as the creatures in the ground begin to wail and scream. Anything else?
No. I'll just try to stay behind the other drow for the
All right.
time being.
Fantastic. The large fungal creature raises his arms as you see the writhing forms of drow inside of the ground begin to climb out and move toward you. Dork.
Yeah. The cliff face here was, 10 feet up?
Yes, sir.
And then it was fairly easy to climb, right?
Yes, there are lots of mushroom handholds. The wall itself is covered in fungus, so it's easy to get a hold of.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna start climbing up. I'm gonna head towards the top terrace. Or as close to it as I can get.
Okay. Yeah, you can do so without having to make a check.
Sure. And I guess I'll dash and start heading a little bit around towards the party as well.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Brim, around you, the three drow all draw short swords and scimitars, taking an offensive posture around you. The drow to your north, Dunal, sees the remnants of Zanaya laying off to the side, and you see a moment of hesitation as he glances between his foe and his target for coming here. He moves to close with her, and you see him just sag as he looks down at the destroyed form of his once ally. He reaches down to touch her, and you see just a cloud of spores just erupt from the broken frame of the dead drow. He falls to his knees, coughing and hacking, as the other two look toward the Myconids and the drow spore servants, and they charge into the fray with scimitars raised. Ranagar swings in, easily severing one of the arms from the spore servant. It doesn't even seem to register the attack as the arm falls to the slimy ground, spores exploding from its surface as the scimitar passes through. The drow spore servant then turns its head in an almost mechanical way regarding the drow as its head begins to split further down its forehead, peeling in half from one side to the other like a banana. Zorkos similarly engages the other drow as he steps in closer to the large mushroom monstrosity. Puck.
Okay, so last time I made a persuasion check, I think, to convince Basidia and his crew to split from the consciousness? Something like that?
Yes. Are you still connected to the network?
I think I would have been.
Okay, yeah. Basidia has agreed to. Well, he's looking to you for help. He doesn't know what to do. He feels that his people are in danger, and his half of the circle is in need of rescue, that this place is not safe, and he understands that. Philo doesn't understand. This is perfectly safe here. You're welcome to stay for as long as you want. Join her. You are always welcome. You have everything that you need right here. Please don't go.
I promise you. And I look down at Stool. I'll do all I can. Another thing, Rashiru, Circle of the Explorers. I think being part of the consciousness, figured
Yes.
out that he knew not only the way to Gracklesuk, but to the surface.
Yes, and through your connection to the circle, you also know of the way out. It is a short distance away, maybe 3 days to the northeast of here. A cavern that is full of a noxious gas, but has a stairwell that climbs hundreds of feet on end for miles toward the surface, which he has relayed to you as a painful experience in the sunlight, so they haven't explored beyond that.
Oh, is that up through here, or would we have to go back?
There's a pathway to the northeast, actually. I'm sorry, northwest.
Northwest, okay. I will
Yeah, that's
turn and relay that to Zash, as he's the man I go to. Zash, I know the way, and I'll start to move this way. Puck, Stool, we're getting out of here.
I said his stool and the mushrooms coming with us. I look at the mushroom guy that didn't want us to kill the Chul, and then Philo, who everybody's been saying is alright with Zuktomoy being here.
Half of them want whatever's up there, the other half don't. I've promised them that we'll try to help them. And I mean to
Okay,
do that.
they can follow along with us. I'm indifferent. We already have Glabakul, and Darendil.
The sound of combat begins to break out from the northeast.
I look up there. I feel like we owe Brim one more chance to sway him from this suicide.
I agree. He saved
I
me.
agree.
But I will not join him in going to fight the Queen if he insists on that.
I think everyone's with you on that.
Indeed. We will come back with a much stronger force.
Okay. I'll head up. Can I see Brim from here? The top of his head, maybe?
You definitely see the cavern to the northeast alighting with his lightning-based magic that you've seen so many times.
Would a bardic inspiration reach him from here? I know it's 60 feet, but would I be able to see him?
If you could play loud enough, I'll give you that. The cavern is pretty quiet. Like, these Myconid, though they are many, they do not speak, and they toil silently. So this cavern is more or less silent other than the dripping of water from above and the sounds of combat to the northeast.
Then I won't use my silencing fiddle. I'll use a flute or something.
Okay.
A jaunty, almost like a battle sort of tune,
Sure.
but
yeah.
an upbeat kind of one. And I'll give Brim inspiration.
All right. Brim, you are inspired. You hear the sound of Puck's inspiring battle march from far below, stirring your blood. Anything else, Puck?
I'll just use my action movement to move back over here, I guess.
All right. Zash.
Okay. In my mind, I'll speak to my lady. Miradol, the dagger that Brim carries with him, you said it is powerful and dangerous to leave behind, or in his or Thane's hands. But I'm worried trying to retrieve it would endanger my servitude to you as well. Plus, I could hear that you were concerned about carrying it on myself. How important is it to you that I go retrieve that dagger right now?
Don't let that fool die. He can't let it fall into his hands.
Damn it. But you only need the dagger. You don't need him. Because I'm concerned I will not be able to sway him from this path.
You hear, not necessarily in her words, but in the tone in which she says it. You can almost hear the oily smile cross her face. Do whatever you have to do.
I understand. I will dash on up here. Okay, I can see the motion people from here now?
Yeah.
And I can see Brim?
Yes.
Okay. I will call to Brim again. Brim, I do not think we want to engage like this right now. This is foolhardy and suicide. Please, you need to come back with us. And let's see.
Can he see the bodies like
Yeah, Zash, as you're
Okay.
coming around the corner, you see these drow pulling themselves from the ground like larvae emerging from eggs. They look terrible. They look absolutely just mind-bendingly awful. In fact, so bad, I'm going to need a wisdom saving throw.
Son of a bitch. Come on, come on, come on. Shit.
That is not good enough.
Yeah.
You feel overcome by the sight. You look over and see Dunil on the ground, pulling just sloughing chunks of skin from the remains of a female drow in the ground. You see Ranagar and Zorkos off to the side, slicing apart these drow spore servants, cutting just cords of wood, and they don't even seem to be affected. You see spores drifting from a tremendous mushroom in the distance. You see a legion of these creatures rising from the filth, and you feel your mind begin to sink away from you. You look down, and on both of your arms you see that you are covered in sores from your fingertips to your elbows, bright orange blisters that itch. You are going to be making any saving or any dexterity-based attacks or checks with disadvantage, and you're also overcome with fits of itching as you want to just pull these boils and skin from your arms.
Okay, so disadvantage on deck stuff.
Yep.
And I'm very itchy.
And Brim, as Zash comes up to you, or comes up the rampway, you see him looking around, and you see him just start clawing at his arms at some unseen enemy.
Am I so itchy that I can't do anything else?
We'll say that's it for now.
Okay.
You also have 1 point of madness.
Yay. Get to add one more.
What are you at now?
2. I assume I got one when I failed that thing on the platform for the empty scabbards and got shocked by psychic Muju.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Because I took psychic damage. That gave me madness, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so coming to the top of the ramp, how do you want to finish out your turn?
Okay, well, I was going to launch an Eldritch Blast at something.
Well, I'll let you take control of how you don't do anything.
Okay. Well, coming around and being consumed by that, I'll just stop and dropping my glaive to the side. It'll obviously disperse as I begin to scratch my arms instead. And just look around in slight terror.
Outstanding. Thane.
Okay, I'll move forward to follow behind Zash. One moment. I'll dash behind him. And get to... Well, I can't get behind him. I'm guessing I'll need the wisdom saving throw as well.
Depends. What are you doing?
I'm basically... Well, I see Zash has stopped, and I'll be like, Zashi, are you alright? What's wrong?
I'll just kind of hold my arms out behind him as I turn. The fungus, the sores, get them off. As I just
Fungus.
scratch my arms.
And
Zash
is clawing at his arms almost to the point where he's raking skin from his flesh. You don't see any evidence of boils or sores, though.
Zash, snap out of it. There's nothing there.
Just keep scratching.
I can see the damage he's doing, and concerned, I'll basically try and restrain him and, to basically try and calm him down. Athletics check?
Are you trying to hold him down?
Not hold him down, just kind of stop him from scratching himself.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you want to try to restrain him, you're welcome to do so. Contested athletics.
That's my athletics back, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
All right. He doesn't want to be restrained.
Zasha, you're harming yourself.
I'm just gonna keep scratching. I'm not even responding right now.
All right, perfect.
Yeah. As I've used the dash, I can't really do anything else this turn anyway, so I'll leave it there for now.
All right. The dragon gets its first turn.
Oh God.
It follows.
I would certainly hope so.
It takes to wing and flies just behind you, occasionally landing and then taking flight again onto a different mushroom cap as it bounds from one to the other. The two myconid adults, under sway of the, which you'd assume to be the spores of the demon queen, move forward. And he will actually. This one right here will go to the middle of Ranagar and Zorkos, and you see him hold his arms out as his whole body begins to just quiver and shake. The cap of his head turns almost inside out as the gills begin to shake, releasing a cloud of iridescent spores. The spores coating Ranagar and Zorkos. As Ranagar runs through one of these drow spore servants, yanking the scimitar to the side, chopping another hunk out of the side of this possessed and fungal drow. The spores overcome him as he is slick with the alien substance, and just his eyes roll back into his head as he slumps to the ground with a squelch. Zorko seems to be unaffected and continues to fight on. The other spore servants move forward. Brem, you see that they're moving incredibly slow. They're just shambling. With short swords in hand of their own, they all, the weapon and their flesh is fused with a coating of slime and fungus. As the one closest to Ranagar leans down and runs him through with the short sword, dealing what will most likely be a mortal wound. He is not dead yet, but he is certainly close. Zorkos fends off two of his own. And is able to fend off the blows as they move in with very slow, deliberate actions. He's able to parry them both as he ends up backing away as the onslaught of these drow creatures push him backward. Bren, it's your turn.
Okay, seeing them being overwhelmed, I would like to throw a fireball bead here.
Okay.
So I hit all of these guys.
Sure. Let's see. So I don't know if you're going to be able to hit all of them without hitting Zorkos or Ranagar. Yeah, it looks like one of the drow is going to get left out unless you don't care.
Um. Let's do it to where not this one is hit, but this one is hit. So one over to the right.
You can move this, by the way.
I can. My bad. I thought it was you. I can't move it.
I lied. All right. Is this where you wanted it though?
The first place. The first place had better.
Like that?
Up one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like that? All right.
Right there.
All right. So the go ahead and describe the spell as I roll these dex saves.
It's not a spell. It's the
Oh, the
necklace
bead. That's right.
Yeah. So I'm going to loft the bead from the necklace to that point, and once it hits, it will turn into a massive fireball, burning everything in the area.
What's your save DC?
15.
All right. The large fungal creature buckles down, pulling its cap down over its face as the flames wash past as this tremendous explosion happens behind it, absorbing the large brunt of the explosion. The drow spore servants nearby are all but incinerated, their flesh turning to ash as they fall to the ground soundlessly. The adult, Myconid adult, also taking the brunt of the explosion, taking the full 33 damage. Also reducing him to ash and cinder.
Let's see. With that, I would like to use Quicken spell,
Okay,
seeing as how I haven't used a spell this turn, to make one into a bonus action.
sure.
And then shoot the big guy with the chromatic orb again.
Outstanding.
Level 2. I will use his bardic inspiration on that. Was
Okay.
it 1d8?
Yeah.
1d.
Is it 1d10 or 1d8? Mr. Puck?
It says he's talking, but I can't hear him.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. It's a 1d8.
Okay.
Okay.
That's 1d8. Ooh, just enough.
Okay. So 24 thunder.
Yikes. All right, 24 thunder damage. This resounding explosion as this ball of crackling thunder launches towards Yestabrod, igniting his face in a wave of energy as he ducks forward to dodge from the fireball. This orb of crackling thunder launches forward, blasting him back into it. He looks very bloodied. He is like, his cap is sagging in places, chunks of fungus broken off. You see his elongated mouth stretching from one side to his face, no longer bearing a grin, instead frowning at you.
That's the end of my turn.
All right.
I'm not gonna move.
All right. He steps forward. And his cap begins to shake as it flips inside out, as spores begin to launch forward towards you in a 30-foot cone, hitting, pretty sure just you.
You will join this either whether you want to or not.
He bends forward, the cap launching these glistening green spores toward you. Go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
I will. Fuck. I'll just take it.
Okay. You're not gonna roll the dexterity. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, the 7.
Yeah,
That's not
I've
good
got
enough.
inspiration. Trying
Alright.
to save it for like the life or death moment, not the first thing that hits me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, you are coated in a slime of green spores. You feel a tinge of pain across your exposed skin as the acid from the spores begins to dissolve your flesh and bone. You are resistant to acid, though, I believe.
I am.
And you take acid damage at the beginning of each of his turns.
Okay. Does it seem like something I can wipe off of me, or does it seem like it's like inside or something?
No, it's on your skin. You can, at the end of your turn, repeat the save in an attempt to
Okay.
get rid of him.
Do I take damage this turn, or?
Nope, at the beginning of next turn.
Okay.
Now it is Dork's turn.
Yeah. From my vantage point, can I see like even shapes moving around over here?
Yeah. The entire cavern is lit with dim light. You can see the shapes moving around. You definitely see one large mushroom creature of comparable size to these two. These two, while they stand upright and look to be pretty well made, this one looks just like a heap of fungus. And Brim seems to be blowing it up,
Okay.
for lack of better description.
I can see like a flash of a fireball in the distance, and then this
Yeah, absolutely.
thunderclap that actually decimates it
Uh-huh.
further. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move a little bit closer, I guess. Like over there, and then try and hit this bugger. And I'm gonna pull out my bow and then aim it straight towards the big lumbering thing, and then tilt it up, like almost to like 30-degree angle or something like that,
Sure.
and launch 2 arrows out with disadvantage since it's not in range. So a 13 and 17.
Yeah, the second one hits.
Good.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I can do much from here.
Okay.
I'm
Yestabrod.
taking ranging shots.
Sure, yeah. At the end of your turn, Yestabrod extends his arms out toward the corpses on the ground around him as tendrils of green fungus begin to slime towards him, further bolstering his constitution. You see some of the damage on his cap and around his body, the scorch marks begin to grow over with a yellow pulsating slime drawn from the corpses nearby. As he gains some health.
Of course.
Alright. Ranagar is unconscious. The other fellow swings around and begins to assault Yestabrod from behind with a short sword. Missing. Dunal falls to his knees and begins to claw his eyes out, seeing the remnants of Zanaya begin to pulsate and blister. Puck.
We lost Puck.
Puck dropped out of Discord.
Alright, I'll move him to the end of the turn. Zash.
He's just
Okay.
dropped out of World 22.
That's fine. I'll keep an eye on it.
So can I do anything, or am I still just clawing at myself?
Oh no, you're fine. You're just you've got your disadvantage, and you've got a role-playing tick of having sores and boils basically covering your entire body. It feels like there's ants trying to crawl out of your skin.
Got it. Okay, well. Let's see, how far is this guy from me? Too far. Okay, I'll step to here. And I'll Eldritch Blast the big mushroom thing first.
Okay.
For now.
That is a miss. That is a hit.
Okay.
You see this pulsating yellow slime coating this myconid as it begins to burble and boil like a quickly breathing slime mold. The creature begins to laugh at Brim as you step up next to him and then completely blast off one of his arms. It falls to the ground and begins to turn to slime. He looks down at it and frowns. He points his other hand at you and says,
I see you want to join as well.
this disgusting creature laughing and bubbling with slime.
I'm not going to join anything. I'm just going to destroy you right now. And then with the last 10 feet that I have, I'll step behind Brim.
Okay. At the end of your turn, Zash, he says,
Very well.
he holds his arm up as the bodies of the spore servants behind him begin to bubble and crack and burst into spores.
Oh, that's not good. Nope. Okay, well, I'm done. I can't do anything else.
Okay, yeah. Zorkos is coated in a spray of acidic goo as his back is deteriorated and dissolved to the bone. He falls to one knee as he's overcome from the explosions of several corpses behind him. As he falls down to his arm, which quickly gives way to a quickening rot of his body, and he falls face first to the ground dead.
Another to join the cedar.
Thane.
Seeing that Ranaga's down on the ground here, I'm gonna aim a sacred flame at one of these two to get them to back off.
Okay. Which one?
This adult.
Okay.
I'll use sacred flame.
The sacred flame strikes true, dealing 9 radiant damage. It wails in pain.
Okay, and I'll take a step forward and end my turn there.
All right.
As I take in a glance and see everything that's going on and kind of look at with horrified stupor.
All right, Alatheron. He looks to you, Dork. You can basically give him an idea of what you want him to do. What is your intention for him to... What is your command?
For now, I just wish him to stick around nearby.
Okay. He will attempt to protect you from hostile threats. All right. Is everybody healthy?
I still
Brim.
don't think Puck's back.
Yeah, that's fine. Puck. I'm just checking up on his stuff. He will give Zash a bardic inspiration. And Brim, you've used yours, correct?
My bardic inspiration, yeah.
Yes, sir. Right. All right. This myconid adult releasing spores that you haven't seen before, but they are also like clear and move in a very frantic rate away from him as he's struck by the sacred flame. He looks down at Ranagar and just crushes his skull with a foot.
Damn it! Thane will growl and say, "No!"
Brim. Oh wait, the dudes didn't go. This guy.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is he,
They shamble in
going
front of
insane?
Yesterbrod, yeah.
Oh, I meant Dunno. What happened to him? Is he still?
Yeah, he's just on the ground clawing his eyes out. He seems
Okay.
to be incapacitated in some means. That's it. It just runs towards. It's kind of shambles towards you. It can't get to you though. Mr. Brim?
Oh, let's see. I am going to. I mean, I might as well just keep it going, right? Chromatic orb him.
Okay.
Actually, I will instead. Shit, no. Where's that? I will shatter
Ooh, good one.
right here, so it touches these three.
The Drow and the myconid adults succeed. Yesterbrod fails.
For 16 plus 7.
He looks like
23.
he's just barely holding on.
And then after that, I will be stepping back. Yeah, I'll go there.
Okay. The Spore Servant explodes like if you were just to kick a puffball mushroom. It just bursts into spores. There's nothing left of him. The myconid adult similarly topples backwards and crumbles. At the end of your turn, you can give me a dexterity saving throw. Hey, you're able to swat off some of the spores.
Did I take damage?
Nope. You would have at the
Okay.
beginning of his turn.
Okay.
Yesterbrod steps up next to Zash and Brim. He moves to there.
What, you don't want to move him in and out of my zone of control?
No, he's not that stupid. All right, so he begins to, he looks to you as he points his fingers towards you, Brim, and he says,
You may think you've won. You've only just begun to fight.
and he opens his mouth. It like twists open like a Pez dispenser, and spores just fly into the air, surrounding both you and Zash. Give me Constitution saving throws. All right. You see these bright red spores that almost have a malevolent glow about them emerge from the center of this creature as they drift through the air around you. Both of you step back, holding your breath and swatting them away from you. You're able to dodge from the majority of the cloud. Neither of you are afflicted with these spores. Thane is too far away. Puck, I moved you to the end of the turn order. I'm moving you back. You used one instance of your Bardic Inspiration on Zash.
You drop back out again.
Okay. All right. Dork.
Yeah. Man. Not exactly happy that we're actually fighting these things. Gonna move 10 feet along the ledge here. Getting me within range of the big dude. And then I'm gonna let loose a couple of arrows again. This time without disadvantage.
Ooh. All right. How do you want to do this?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm gonna Robin Hood this thing. I wanna split my former arrow, the first one that hit him, and basically shatter the cap off.
Outstanding. Yeah, the arrows, the split arrows, puncturing through the very top of the creature's head as it flips its head back. These spores swarming around Brim and Zash. Thane, you look on it in horror as Brim and Zash swat these spores away. The creature Yestabrod looming over them, laughing at their misfortune. Then you just hear the sound of a bow twanging in the distance, followed by the sharp whistle of the kobold's arrows that puncture through the creature's the cap of its head, splitting it backwards, revealing a somewhat distorted humanoid skull beneath as it slurps backwards, ripping flesh and fungal goo from the creature's back as it slides down the creature. It falls forward, separated from its cap, in a tremendous squish as spores begin to rise around it.
Can we go now?
Can we hear him from there?
In the distance, Zash and Brim, you see several of the spore servants that were standing off to the north go immediately limp and collapse into the ground in a heap. You were out of combat for now.
Okay. Fane will move up to the other two. And we'll go up to Zash and kind of... I'll try and roll persuasion here. I'll basically tell him, Zash, consider where you are. You're near a demon lord. Think about this. There are no sores on your body. And I'll roll persuasion. Oh, for fuck.
Your sound and poignant presentation is laughed off in the presence of Demon Lord inspired madness. Off to the side, Dunil is flaying his face. He has torn skin from his cheeks and has punctured his left eye with his nails as he's trying to reform Zanaya into the form of a humanoid, but is failing to stack the bones in the correct way as they just turn into a fizzing goo.
All right. Seeing I can't do anything to Zash now, I'll just growl, run up to Dunil, and then kind of drag him back and tell him and shout at him, "Stop!" And then, well, I can't heal him, but I'll try and bandage up his wounds anyway afterwards. But either way, I'll drag him off first.
Okay, you pull him back, and he scrambles back towards Zanaya, pulling out the front, or just the top half of the torso, a rib cage and an arm. Everything else is separated and begun to fizz and bubble. You see Thane as you're closer now. Strapped to Zanaya's side was a satchel that's been pulled free from the crater in the ground.
I'll take note of it for now, but I'm literally trying to stop Dunil from doing what he's doing. So
Okay.
I'm just trying to restrain him. Can I do grapple?
Yeah. He turns on you and tries to stab you with a scimitar.
Okay.
I'm gonna shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right. A 14 versus AC, Thane?
It doesn't hit.
You see in his moment of distress, he turns to you and begins to stab towards your center of mass, and you step to the side as it's deflected He has now got a clear line of sight to Zash, who is pointing an eldritch blast at his face. He ducks quickly out of the way as it impacts into the fungal wall behind him, sending up a spray of spores and goo. The second one, as he stands to smirk, completely explode his head. As he falls to the ground, knees first, and then the top half of his body follows.
I'm just pointing with the arm that has the buckler on it, while the other one's scratching my other shoulder.
Seemed a little unnecessary.
It was unnecessary. Zash, there was no need for that. I know you're suffering right now, but there's no need.
I looked to Thane. There was no reason not to do it either.
I have a few.
I turn back to Brim. Brim, you've killed the mushrooms.
Yeah, you just killed one of our allies. So
He was attacking Thane.
he was out of his right mind. We've all attacked each other in the wrong mind.
Indeed.
I haven't attacked
Especially
anybody.
you. And me.
I haven't attacked anybody. Until now.
Well, that counts.
Thane, near you, one of the lumps on the ground begins to bubble up and burst. A dense cloud of spores and dark reeking fluid explodes outwards. Even as you hear the piercing scream of agony and terror from within, joining the discordant cries of pain and wailing suffering coming from far beyond near the mushroom. Inside the pockmark, left behind by the burst, is another drow scout, or at least what you'd assume to be based on his clothing. Other than a face, long white hair, and a breastplate, it's impossible to distinguish where the drow ends and where the rotten fungi consuming him begins. The drow feebly thrashes, his screams rising even higher in pitch, until he locks eyes with you, and in one moment of lucidity replaces his terror, even as his eyes roll back into his head in some kind of bizarre euphoria. He goes limp and slowly sinks back down into the fungal muck. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
1 second. I'll re-roll that with inspiration.
All right.
I forgot. What are the chances of that happening? Come on.
We're all gonna go mad.
This is Thane's third madness.
I thought I removed third. I thought I removed one with remove curse.
You removed the effect. You did not remove the point of madness.
Oh.
That probably needs some like Mai Tais on the beach or something.
A faint voice in the darkness. May we go now?
All right, Thane. From now until a time in the future in which I decide, your mind is slipping away and your intelligence seems to wax and wane. I won't necessarily enforce this, but until you find a way to rid yourself of this indefinite madness, you sometimes slip into the mind of a 5-year-old.
Okay.
Starting now.
Righto. Mommy? Mommy? What? Where am I? Mommy?
I'm gonna step up towards Brim. Now we really do
No.
need to go, Brim.
Nope, stay away from me.
Vane's got his thumb in his mouth, kind of rocking back and forth. He's sitting next to this drow here, just staring horrified at everything going on around him.
The drow's actually, the one that just burst has just sunk back into like a pod.
You seemed a little bit more interested in me rather than our ally right here. That one, you killed one, and then the other one's going fucking insane. And yet you're approaching me?
Because you're the one that insists we should go pick a fight with the Demon Queen. What has occurred up here is entirely on you. We were ready to leave.
This is not on me. This is on that demon bitch down there. Don't you put this on me. I told you what was going on over here. Just because you decided to ignore it, then ignore it. Leave.
I look at him, and I look to Thane. Very well. We'll leave you. Before we go, since you've been so helpful, I feel like we owe you a little something. And I'll pull out a potion from the sack of holding here. It's a potion of strength that should help you with the Demon Queen, seeing as you're going to fight her alone.
I don't want it. I use my wits, not my muscles.
It's not a potion that gives you physical strength, it gives you energy. I'm sure you notice how sometimes attacks just roll off of me with no effect. This
What
will
I have
simulate the
planned-
same effect.
What I have planned, there's no need for that.
Oh, please enlighten us.
I don't plan on making it out of here alive.
That much is very obvious, seeing as you plan on taking on a Demon Queen alone.
I suppose so. I thought maybe, I would have some sort of, I don't know, team to push through here, but I've lost my only comrades that I thought I had. So now, I must face this Demon Queen with a gesture. A gesture of good faith.
Well, before you go to your wedding, I have one request.
And your request is?
I've shared a great deal of my power and insight into the Shadowfell with you. I only ask, would you please at least let me hold the dagger temporarily? I have a question about it.
No.
Why are you so insistent that you will not let me touch it?
You just killed an ally, and you want to hold a dagger that has obviously dark power, so no. Simple as
I
that.
killed an
I think
ally
our
that was
whole,
attacking
I
us.
think our whole team should know not to let you have this dagger. With all the dark bullshit you've been pulling as well as I have.
Loud voices, stop!
Brim, do you expect to win?
I expect to do something. I don't expect to win. I don't expect to be able to kill this bitch, but maybe slow her down.
You won't even succeed at that. You'll just give her more power, especially if you die with that dagger.
You'll see. You'll see a bright light in the distance as you leave.
Brim, looking down, you can see that Zanaya has a satchel tied around her that's being dragged back into her soupy pod as the torso begins to once again descend into sludge.
I'll grab it.
Alright. It looks a lot like the pouch that Zashir carries.
Okay.
And just touching it and seeing its construction, you realize that it's probably a bag of holding. And you also see on her person, on her torso, a set of armor that is visible beneath the muck and the ruined fungal flesh that is fused with it. It appears to be a suit of leather armor of incredible quality. And at her hip, at her side that is still sticking out of the goo, there appears to be another short sword of fine drow quality.
I can't wear armor, but I guess I'll try to grab the short sword.
Okay. It's got the balance and edge of a magical weapon, even if it's at least a minor magical weapon.
Okay.
Are you here to save me, sir? Thane will cower by Zash's feet.
I'll look down to Thane. Puck, could you come help me with this for a moment?
Zash, your fingernails begin to bubble and boil as your fingernails begin to press up from your fingers and bulge in agony.
Just the same thing?
Yeah.
Scratching? Yeah, I'm just scratching constantly, even when I'm talking.
And one of your fingernails peels off.
Zash, what the hell are you doing?
Trying to convince Brim not to kill himself. But if he's insistent on it, to at least give us his useful items before he goes and dies and gives them to the Demon Queen instead.
Good to know what you're interested in.
Well, they're not going to do you any good.
Brim, this isn't necessary. I think I know a way out. To the surface.
I gesture back towards Puck, where we can get aid and come back and deal with this properly. Not give her magical items of great power.
Brem, to find out what's inside of a bag of holding, you have to turn it inside out. Otherwise, you have to know what's inside.
I'll turn it inside out.
Okay. A spell case, or a spell scroll. 2 spell scrolls drop out. As well as a pile of rations, a small mountain of silver pieces, and several gold coins.
I'll take the 2 spell scrolls. I'll leave all the money and food.
Yeah, marked on the outside of the scrolls, stamped in wax. They are identified as a scroll of Remove Curse and a scroll of Spider Climb.
Okay, I don't know if I'll need to remove curse, but I'll keep it. I'll leave that for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Are you here to get me out here, sir? It's Thane says as he approaches Puck.
Thane?
That's my name. Yes. Oh, do you know me, sir?
Thane, your intellect comes back.
What? I'll shake my head and then go, oh. What the?
Yeah, you need to lock that shit down.
What? What do you mean?
You're starting to lose yourself. Snap out of it.
Behind
Awesome.
Thane Puck, a drow, barely recognizable, begins to claw its way up from a blistering sore on the ground. It rises to full height and then begins to slowly walk towards a tremendous, towering mushroom in the distance. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. The sight is crippling at best, but you feel as though you have avoided the worst of it. This is an image that will stick with you forever. As the creature begins to walk towards the mushroom, its head splits down the center like a seam as these long tendrils of orange fiber begin to grow toward the ceiling, and then comes to rest in long, pointed stalks like a crown around its head as it walks towards the mushroom.
I'll grab Thane and yank him away from them. Move back myself.
Thane's like rubbing his head as if he's got a very severe headache. As I look around, are there any still alive up here?
Not in the Garden of Welcome, no.
Okay. Alright, using the power of Sacred Flame, I'm going to say I'll start praying for the dead bodies and then Sacred Flaming around to basically kind of not burn the corpses, I guess, because it doesn't work that way, but kind of
Cleanse.
yeah, that's it, cleanse the corpses.
Sure, yeah. The consecrating flames hitting in pillars of radiant fire around you, each impact sending up a cloud of green and red spores.
Okay.
The creature just begins to slowly walk toward the mushroom.
I'm gonna walk over. And
I'm
grab
not
Graham.
gonna let you get within 5 feet of me. I'm gonna tell you that much. Right
I'm
now.
gonna keep cutting you off. I'm
All
not
right,
letting
I'll
you
go
get past
back.
me. So
What's going on? Thane says as he finishes, well, as he's blasting the corpses.
Brim is insistent on committing suicide. He acknowledges that it's suicide, which is unfortunate because we could continue to use his help to get back to the surface and inform them of the threat so we can mount the proper attack. But if he wishes to go pointlessly kill himself, very well. I only request that he does not take the powerfully dangerous dagger to the Demon Queen.
Listen to who wants this dagger. Listen to him.
Hand it to Thane.
No, I'm not giving this to anyone. I'm not trusting any of this shit with you.
And you say that I'm the one that can't be trusted. You're the one who hoards things and won't tell anybody anything. Consistently, you discover things like what was up here, and you won't tell us.
I'm not. You will connive your way to have this dagger if I gave it to Thane, Puck. Listen to yourself.
How far away is the submarine from the lake?
Less than an hour.
Okay.
If I see the spore people coming up, I'd like to offer to join them.
Oh, okay.
Thane is like, Brim, what are you doing? Just continue with us. Fine, you keep the dagger. Just come with us.
They actually
This is
seem
madness.
to completely disregard that you're even here. They're moving towards the body of Yesterbrod that's already beginning to bubble and turn to goo. You see
on.
also among them two hook horrors that are similarly covered in fungus and pustulating sores. Their faces completely shrouded in a mass of tumescent fungus. As all of them, like pallbearers, pick each limb up from the creature and begin to drag it back towards the fungus.
How long has it been since we fought the Grick Alpha?
Less than an hour.
Okay.
Brim, you may not agree with Zash, but look at what you'd be joining. Look at that.
You do not want anything of this. Look, do not let Zash near the dagger. I agree.
You guys have to know. You guys have to know that I'm not really going to be joining them, right? And then I'll just show the fireball beads and just be like, I've got a plan.
I laugh. You think that those are going to kill the Demon Queen of the
Did I
dead?
say kill? Did I
One
say
second,
kill?
guys.
I said slow down.
They won't even slow her down.
Right. Well, it's better to do something about this, and I'll point towards all the fucking dead drow that are just disgustingly barely alive, if you want to call that alive. If you don't want to do anything, then walk away.
We are doing something. We're going to return to the surface and bring back aid to actually kill her.
I can ask the Ilmater clergy to help. They will be the best equipped to deal with a demon lord. We'll be able to bring back paladins and everything.
If we die down here without taking this news back to the surface, though,
Then go
no
take the
one will
news
know.
to the surface. I don't trust any of you to actually come back here and stop what's going on.
I will come back and stop what's going on if need be.
And when will that be? 1 year? 2 years? 5 years? By then, it will be way too late. You see what's been happening in days.
Either way, we can't do anything right now. If you throw your life away here, there's basically no need. Grim, you helped me on Quaver, and I thank you for that. Think of this, okay? The two of us weren't able to stop the drow from butchering the village. If we go back and get a force, we can stop this together. I'll roll persuasion. Hopefully,
He's
with a
trying to
better result.
persuade a character.
Yeah, I mean it's your words. Words are going to make the difference.
Fair enough. I know I had to do it for dork, so that's the only reason.
Does the wand that I have work on just me?
Oh, I think we used it on somebody else before. So long as you're touching them or they're touching you, you can.
What if I
risk it.
wanted to focus it on just one thing? Like not myself, but for example, an item.
Okay.
Instead
Like
of
to
myself?
to bring an item with you, you mean?
or just send the item?
Oh no, it don't.
Yeah.
You'd have to go with the. It's to send a person.
Okay.
The physical body has to accompany the wand. Although you could try maybe to just it would destroy the wand in the process, or send the wand in the process. Give me an Arcana check. Yeah.
Oh.
You think you might be able to kind of like a guided missile, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Pretty much just to get rid of it. To get rid of the dagger.
Yeah, you think you might be able to send the dagger somewhere. As you know, the Wand of Wander sends you somewhere. Whether that's inside of 10,000 tons of stone or into someone's lunchbox, it is unknown where it will send it.
Is he holding the wand?
No, I was asking the DM a question though. You haven't even seen the wand before.
I saw it when you used it to get you and Puck out of there. Sloop doop dop. Sloop 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 doop dop dop. That place. The fish place that we left to be
You guys
raised
were
by the
all running.
Demogorgons. With you.
The Brim disappeared under mysterious circumstances. Puck would know. Maybe, but he was kind of crazy at the time.
Okay, very well. I just thought I'd seen the wand.
Yeah. In the instance of Slubludop, there was a demon lord destroying everybody. Kairos died, and everyone was going crazy.
Whatever. If you won't let me do the one thing I want to do with my life, then I guess I'm a slave to this group?
I
That
said
is
you
not-
can leave. Just don't give her the dagger too. Leave the dagger. Leave it with Thane.
Oh, shut up about that stupid dagger.
Thank you.
But who cares about the damn dagger? I don't want Brim throwing his life away.
I said
If
I
you had
care
a
about the
just
dagger
cause,
because I
would
know
you
it's
not-
dangerous.
Zash, you hear a voice whisper into your ear. You can almost feel the lips touching your ear that close. It's not her I'm worried about. It's him.
Do I know if
He
she's
can't
speaking
get
about?
the dagger.
Is she speaking about her son?
You would infer that.
I reply, but if he dies in the pit with the demon queen, it'll just be lying there. He could always find it.
There's no response.
It's a cursed item, Brim. I agree. We should just get rid of it. If you have a means of getting rid of it without giving it to a demon lord, then fair enough. Go ahead. But do not throw your life away.
Dork, what are you doing?
I'm leaning against the cliff face here, or the ledge of terrace, just kind of like looking over towards the ramp that the others went up, waiting for them to come down.
Okay.
I'm like kicking little pebbles and loose fungi or something into the lake.
From a slight distance away, you see a skeleton charging towards you, wielding a sword of green flame.
A skeleton?
Yeah, you see Glabagool like sliding down the passageway toward you. The skeleton inside wielding the burning green flame blade.
Oh,
Fires away.
okay. Is he charging straight at me, or is he just?
He's just
like,
sliding
heading
towards
my
you.
way?
He slowly rotates 180 degrees back around as he stands next to you, watching. Despite all of the chaos on the upper terraces, half of the Myconid gathering around the large mushroom here and settling down into a circle around it. You do see that some of the Myconid, including Basidia, standing off to the side, hesitant to join.
I'm gonna turn to Glavacool And so I didn't think I would ever say this, but the jelly person among us is the smartest one in the party.
He emits the sound of chirping crickets.
I agree. Crickets are delicious. We should go. They might be dead already. Or worse.
Expel.
Back
I mean,
up to the group on the plateau.
Yeah.
Brim, do what you want with the daggers. Honestly, it doesn't involve giving it to the Demon Queen, but come with us. Do not throw your life away here. We can help the Myconids who aren't affected by her madness. We can help get them out.
The sound of revelry begins to grow in volume distantly. Puck, Thane, and Zash, for the first time, you hear the sounds of joy, the sounds of festivities, intermingled with the sounds of despair and pain from the pods on the ground.
Whatever's happening, it's bad. Come on, we gotta get out of here.
Brim, are you set with this?
I
Mind's
don't
made up.
see-
Nothing can change it.
Do you see what's happening, Puck? You of all people should not understand.
That's why I want to leave. I want to get Stool and the rest of the people who don't want this out of here.
And that is a very just cause. Which is why I should move forward to stop what I can.
I'm not going to stop you. I don't even care about the dagger. I don't even know what it does.
Then why don't we just get rid of it?
I agree. Get rid of it. If you can get rid of it, get rid of it. Just don't give it to the Demon Queen.
I'll just
How do
kind
you
of give a
propose?
waving motion. If you can send it where it won't be found, by all means. And then I go back to scratching my arm.
That wand's like my only way out. I'll walk up to Puck. You must not let him have this. Do you understand? If I give my life for Stool's people, you cannot let him have this.
I'll do what I can. Do my
I can't-
best.
I'm gonna need more than that. You have to make sure with your life that he does not take this from you.
I can give my life.
I'll hand him the dagger. Wrapped up in whatever I had it wrapped up in.
I think you said a box last time, I think.
Yes, I guess so. I think I wrapped it in cloth too, to make sure I wasn't touching it.
And I'll take it gingerly.
Despite
Sure.
it being wrapped in cloth, Puck, you feel cold coming from the metal beneath the cloth.
Like, hold it away from my body for a second.
Keep it in its box. Don't ever let it be taken out.
I won't. And I'll jam it into my bag. Next to the bong.
I'll award Brim a point of inspiration.
Can I give that to somebody else?
Sure.
I'll give it to... I know Thane used it.
Thank you. Vane's shoulders will sag as he sees Brim do this and goes, "Are you really set on this path, Brim?"
Is there really another choice? We're just gonna run away? Within days, seems like they've taken over an entire culture, civilization here.
I only know that we do not have the power to defeat the Demon Queen at this moment. I want to come back with a force strong enough to defeat her.
They're in the middle of some ceremony that seems to be very powerful. I must do what I can to slow it down or stop it. I can't let everyone die. I'm up for myself down here, but to know that the world could just as easily be destroyed by some spore bitch growing an army down here, and we're just gonna walk away.
We're not walking away. We're
Oh,
going
you're
to
right.
get help.
You're going to get help. Sorry. What does that include? Do you have to walk away to do that? I'm just wondering.
No, we have to not kill ourselves in a foolish endeavor.
What do you think is foolish is your own opinion?
Look, we couldn't take on Demogorgon. Zugtomi is going to be exactly the same. But if this is what you wish to do, no words will convince you, then I'll pull Brim into a hug. Not to restrain him, just to give him a hug. Thank you for all your help in Quaver and beyond. May Ilmater bless you and look after you in the coming days. May you always find your way in the dark.
I give him like that awkward pat on the back with like one hand.
Bane will step back, slight tears in his eyes. Puck, we should see to the Myconids.
I will. But I continue to move this way.
Puck's walking towards the thing and not towards the ramp, right?
Looks that
Yeah,
way.
I'm just looking and
Puck, that is the wrong way.
going anywhere. I'm just looking.
Yeah, looking down the ramp, you see there is a large gathering forming at the base of the tremendous mushroom which towers well beyond any other mushroom you've ever seen before. Like tails of the world tree, this mushroom stretches to the ceiling of the cavern. All around, mushroom exude an eerie violet light that sends long stretching shadows across the tumor-covered ground. There are creatures of all sizes, drow, duergar, even some nothics, all dancing in revelry at the base of the mushroom. On the opposite side, you see a large gathering of large fungal creatures.
Do the other drow have anything that I could think would be useful for this? I don't know.
The 3 drow that accompanied you all have +1 leather armor and +1 short swords and +1 scimitars. Zanaya's equipment seems to be better quality than even that. The drow spore servants were wearing chainmail and standard short swords.
Okay. Yeah. I will tie my 4 flasks of alchemist fire to the fireball beads,
Okay,
just to give it a little bit extra to see what I can do.
sure.
And then I'm gonna start walking down.
Brim,
Yes.
how long do you think it will take you to get down there? To do what you have planned?
I'm going to do it as fast as I can. A few minutes, maybe. Hopefully.
Okay. Well, if you can, try to get out alive. I'm gonna cast First, I'll give him Bardic Inspiration. My last one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a little pep and maybe help you to get in there, do what you want to the fullest efficiency. As soon as I do, you gotta hurry though.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him haste, and then
How long does that last?
invisibility. It's only a minute,
Oh shit. Okay.
and at the end of it, you may be
Exhausted for one turn.
for 6 seconds.
Describe what
But
Brim.
hopefully that'll be enough.
Yeah, describe what Brim feels.
Just a vibration, I think it would be.
Okay.
Kind of like a string that's pulled taut and then
The world around you slows briefly, and you feel yourself moving with increased vigor.
and immediately after that, I'll cast invisibility on him as well.
Are
Go
both
get 'em.
concentration?
Oh, are they?
I believe
Yeah,
so.
they are.
Haste.
Yeah.
Haste is concentration?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Oh, I
It
did
has
not
to
know
be
that.
like in Futurama when Fry drinks the 100th cup of coffee.
Okay, then.
Give me an Arcana roll, Puck.
Okay.
You think that maybe if you were to stay perfectly still, concentrating on your songs, you may be able to assist Brim with 2 concentrations at the same time. It would be taxing and likely dangerous for you, unable to really do anything to save yourself if something were to come until you drop the spells. But in this one instance, I will allow it if you stay perfectly rooted where you are while the duration of the spells is going.
And where he wants to go is on the map where?
I don't know where he wants to go.
It would be wherever the ceremony is, which I think is right here.
Feasibly, I could see that.
Yeah.
And if anything exploded down there, I'd be able to see it. I will.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the big
accept
gathering's happening on this side, the far side of the mushroom.
if my vision allows. If it's light down there.
It is
Then-
dimly lit, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be able to see an explosion go off. I will accept that, and I will stay where I am to cast both concentration spells.
Can I also do the spider walking or spider climbing scroll?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Alright, I'd like to do that.
Super Brim.
All right. Yeah, the spell scroll crumbles in your hand as it burns away like tissue paper, the spell on the tip of your tongue. You are now affected by invisibility, haste, bardic inspiration, and spider climb.
Give him hell, Brim.
And I'll run.
Before he goes, I'll touch him and cast guidance. I don't know if it's going to have any effect, but maybe it will.
What's the duration of guidance?
I can concentrate for up to a minute.
Okay, Brim's got a minute to basically do what he's going to do. Starting now.
While that's going on, I'll also pull out Dawn and kind of hold her to the side, activated, ready in case, something comes towards Puck, since he's booted.
I want to climb down this.
Okay, yeah, you can easily just walk down it. You just turn 90 degrees and then just walk straight down the side of the cliff.
Do I see what's going on over there yet?
Not yet. On the other side, you see a large gathering. Okay, hang tight right there.
Okay. Holy shit.
All right, as you come around the corner, you see these large fungal creatures that are just heaps of fungus. Two of them supporting the body of Yestabrod, using him like a puppet. They seem to be enacting some kind of ritual. It looks almost like they are carrying on with the ceremony despite him being dead, and using him like a puppet, just kind of pantomiming the gestures of his role in the ceremony. To either side, you see several groups of smaller mushroom-like creatures standing off to the side in formation. They are covered in a thin, shelf-like fungus that looks almost like gowns down the back of their slick bodies. What are you going to do?
Do I see the queen at all? I don't see.
You do not. She is not outside.
Okay. Do I see any obvious, like, you know, like if a queen or something walked out onto a balcony and was gonna give a speech or something?
No. All of the surface of the tremendous mushroom is relatively smooth all the way up. There aren't any balconies. There are windows to the inside, however, each glowing with a malevolent violet light. You do know from being down here, though, that there is a main entrance on this side at the base.
Does it look like there's a platform at all for her to give anything, or are they just all just standing out in front?
They're all standing out in front. If you had to guess, this looks more like a rehearsal than a ceremony proper.
Okay. I will go inside the large mushroom.
Okay. You make your way past the creatures, and one moment.
If I can, I'd like to climb up to get into a window.
Oh, even better. Yeah, you turn and you start making your way up. You'd imagine that roughly 30 seconds has passed. You are running by, and everything is moving at a crawl as you're running up the vertical surface of this tremendous mushroom. You find purchase on a large opening and are able to peer in. Inside, you see a tremendous form of the fungal queen of decay, surrounded by attendants, swarming around her a dozen handmaidens, all draping her with a gossamer like mycelium.
I'd like to have 2 actions if I can. And shit, I don't know.
Okay, you'll get a surprise round, and then we're going into initiative.
Okay. I have haste, so I have 2 attack actions, right? Not 2 actions.
You have a bonus action, or you have another action that you can use to attack with a weapon, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Okay, would use an object be that wand?
Yes.
Okay. Then I would like to throw all of the beads with the alchemist fire and then use the wand.
Okay. How many beads do you have left?
4.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage of the 4 beads.
Do I just like up the level?
Yeah, so basically add an additional D6.
So level 6 then?
Yep. Okay, go ahead and roll the damage for 4 bottles of alchemist fire as well.
What is the damage on that?
Let's see. And we'll just add that damage to this. Each is a 1d4 at the start of its turn. So it's going to basically turn this into a lingering effect. But we'll go ahead and add the, is it 4 jars?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and add 4d4 at the start, and if it doesn't succeed on a dex check, we'll continue to burn for 4d4 at the start of each of its turn. All right. So that's 56. All right, let's see what happens. Brim, as you fade into visibility once again, go ahead and describe this this Hail Mary.
as soon as I come through the window and I see her, I'm going to fade out of invisibility as I throw this huge clump of beads and fire bottles of alchemist fire at this monstrosity of a spore queen, with the wand in the other hand. And as it goes in and hits her, I will be using the wand as fast as I can.
All right. Good luck, have fun.
Yep. I fucking hate wands. Sad truth is, we'll never know what happened. Other than like the instant that she gets hit, because I do see her get hit, right?
Oh yeah, her eyes are closed. She looks like to be in a state of meditation. So it hits. And as the jars, or as the beads fly toward her, the beads all explode, and you see it in slow motion like a blossoming flame, as each of the jars on her then cause the fire to go bright, vibrant green as the alchemist fire begins to coat her body, sending out a tremendous explosion. You see the shockwave coming toward you in slow motion as these bridesmaids around her begin to just incinerate. The dress at her, cloaked around Zugtamoy, begins to burn, and her eyes flash open in cold, undead gaze, looking at you, her eyes moving as though it is normal speed, as she fixes you with a gaze.
Drow hand symbol for the middle finger.
Okay, you give her the drow hand signal for the middle finger, and then you want to use the wand on yourself?
Yep.
All right. Type out 3 locations that you can think of. 3 locations you've been or know of.
The submarine. Okay. Well, I don't know what all is within a mile. Because I'm pretty sure nothing.
I'll let you do. Okay, so submarine. Right where you are right now.
Oh. Oh, okay.
And
And then I guess the place where I found the dagger, is that within a mile?
sure.
The ruins or whatever those were?
The ruins that got consumed by the black inky bad stuff.
Yep. Somewhere in the river, underwater. And let's say right in the middle of the Myconid village. All right, roll a 1d. Let's make it a one more, just for fun, for funsies. There we go. Roll a 1d6.
Oh shit!
Oh shit.
Oh god.
Do I get to use inspiration on this?
You do not.
Can Kairos use his inspiration?
Perhaps.
Alright, here we go. Okay.
Brim, as your hand levels and points the wand at yourself, you complete the gesture, giving Zugtamoy, the demon queen of fungus and decay, the drow symbol for the middle finger, which coincidentally is also the middle finger. You disperse into nothingness and find yourself standing at the altar in which you found the dagger, submerged in freezing cold water, completely underwater and in the dark. The ruins have been filled with water since your time of leaving.
Oh, fuck me. I know that the fucking cave got caved in too, didn't I?
Yes, sir.
Alright, God damn it, I'll use the wand again.
Holding your breath, you shake the wand. Now bringing yourself will remove the surface from the equation. A 6
no.
is now Gracklestube. Roll again. Brim, as the water leaves your body, you find yourself immediately drying as you're standing amid an inferno. A red dragon circling overhead, the smell of charred corpses everywhere. Screams of agony as Duragar and Darrow alike run in every direction. A tremendous red dragon smashing down onto the dwarven architecture above you, its head craning around looking for victims to continue its onslaught. For now, Brim, who would you like to control?
That's fucking amazing.
Who do I get to choose from?
I'll tell you what, I'll let you think about it. This is a good time for us to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. We'll be back shortly.
I'm sorry, Kyros, but I think he just capped you on suicidal attack on the Demon Queen. Yours was good. His was better.
Oh my god. I completely forgot he had that wand of teleportation until he brought it up.
Yeah, I was trying to like hint to you guys like, hey, leave it alone. I got this.
Well,
I'll
you
be
know,
alright.
if you weren't so secretive.
I just didn't want you to have the dagger.
Well, I wasn't gonna let him have the dagger, but yeah.
Talk
Anyway, I'll
about
be right
from the
back.
frying pan into the fire.
Yeah.
Literally.
For the next 10 minutes or so, if anybody in chat has any questions they'd like to ask any of the players, feel free to go ahead and talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to step away for a minute just to grab a drink. Thank you guys so far for joining us. This has been a tremendous start to this session, and I can only see it getting better. Hopefully the party has some plans on how they're going to get out of here, and hopefully Brim has a way to escape from the red dragon.
Run like hell.
So I'll leave the Discord chat open. Feel free to go ahead and keep talking. If anybody's in the Twitch, go ahead and you're welcome to talk and enjoy yourselves. I'll be back in a minute. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, but how did I know he wasn't going to suddenly stab you? I'm a good teammate. He attacked you.
You didn't kill him when he attacked him.
Yeah, but that's because Dork already put him down with like 3 arrows to the chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got fucked up.
Fell off the power.
There was no reason for me to attack him.
All right, Brim. Do you have any immediate plans? Do you have charges remaining on the wand?
I wouldn't use them unless the dragon saw me or was coming directly at me. Or
No.
anything that was like immediately life-threatening. Otherwise, I'd just try to find a way back to the group.
Okay.
Because I do not want to use that wand unless it's life-threatening.
Sure thing. You find yourself amid the burning, smoldering ruins of Gracklestug. It seems that Thimbershroud has not taken any efforts into preserving any of the architecture or people. There are lifeless husks of burnt ash everywhere. The city, though made of stone, parts are melting. The foundries are out. There is just roiling smoke clinging like a thick fog over the city. In the meantime, would you like to play any of the NPCs?
I only have a choice between one of 2 people, right?
Well, Darendil, Stool, or Globagool.
Oh.
Don't you point that at me, Puck.
I don't think any of them really talk. I'll just take Darendil.
Yeah, Darendil can speak Elvish. He can also like gesticulate and kind of make his desires known. I'll give you his character sheet in just a moment.
You're not gonna play Globacool?
That would have been fun.
That's my backup plan. Play Globacool.
I don't know how I would play him is the only problem. I haven't seen too much of him. He just seemed kind of ditzy, maybe. I guess I could play him like that.
Who, Globagool?
Yeah.
Globagool is interesting. And if you want to play him, then I will tell you. I'll let you discover how he works. He's learning.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try Glabacool.
Okay, so you are now in control of the party's gelatinous cube.
Alright.
I'm sharing the sheet with you. You can now edit and control him. Just take a look over his sheet and see what he can do.
Okay.
Just out of curiosity, would we feel the moment our concentrated spell severed?
Yeah, not only that, but you see probably the largest explosion you've ever seen outside of, dragons blowing things up. You see a tremendous explosion rock the interior of the gigantic mushroom, causing it to shake. You see several levels toward the center of the mushroom tower glow with a bright, brilliant white-red light that then turns to a very sinister, piercing lime green glow that just completely contrasts the violet of the rest of the cavern. Tremendous clouds of spores begin to fall from the massive mushroom. The sounds of joyous revelry are replaced with cries of agony.
Okay, with slight tears on my face, I'll kind of whisper to Puck, "Time to go."
Yeah, Zash, you are.
Okay, yep.
Take
And,
a big deep breath, admire the sight, and run to stool.
I'll move past
Yeah.
them. Yes, we're heading down the ramp.
And I'll follow Puck.
And say, Puck, which way?
You said it was northwest.
Yeah, yeah, this one.
But it couldn't be dangerous. Gas again. I'm not sure if there's another way.
What about Blindenstone?
If we connected with the shrooms, would we know all of the routes that they know?
They know of one. They know of routes to Blingdenstone. They know of routes. They know of one route to the surface.
But they know of a route to Blingdenstone?
Yeah, it's the same route that you would have taken.
So it's the same way we're going right now anyways?
No.
Either way, we need to get them out of here. We can't leave the ones who aren't affected by Zooktomi here.
Well, then we only have one choice, which is the way to the surface, because the other way is the sub, and they're not going to fit in the sub. And I don't want to get in that thing again.
Fair enough.
I'll shoot a message spell to Dork, and then kind of look around for Glabagool. Just the message will say to Dork, Puck, you said northwest terrace?
Yeah.
To meet us on the... Okay, what?
Thane will stop and go, "Wait a minute," as he just remembers something. Isn't that where the Shambling Mound is?
Yeah.
And that's
the
just
shambling
big
mound's
mushroom?
on this terror. You can find a way to get around it. You know exactly where it is.
We can just go around it. See, I'll shoot a message to Dork telling him the plans of going on the ground since we're taking the mushrooms with us, and where the shambling mound is to avoid. Just
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 message spells, short bursts.
Okay.
And with the last one, if he sees Glabagool, bring Glabagool with him.
Hey, yeah, Jack. The thing about Glabagool. Oh, he's got eyes. I'll tell you what. I was gonna say they've got blind sight, but that's not nice. Doesn't have that tremendous drow vision though.
Yeah.
Can you see now?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay.
I'll turn to Puck and say, "Are you still connected to the network?"
I nod. Do I know that the path that way, does it immediately get infected? Is it like immediately gas?
No,
Or
it's
is it a while away?
far towards the end of the path. It's it'll be a couple days journey, but it does get to the point where it is dangerous.
Okay.
They impart visions, knowledge that they sometimes recover creatures from the surface that fall from above, and then animate them with their spores to do work.
Right. If that way is too dangerous, are there alternate paths, like before getting to that point? Even if they don't know which way they technically go, but are there,
They don't know.
alternate right? Okay.
This I guess we wouldn't really know until I find out, but I'm wondering if this will help.
Yeah, seems like it. Seems like this is an in situation kind of
We'll
thing.
find out when we get there. But I mean,
Alright.
our choice is leave the mushrooms and take the fucked up submarine and hope we don't drown, or this path to the surface we want to go anyways.
Or Blindenstone.
I thought he said that the path to Blingstone was the one we were taking, like with the sub, right?
Yes,
There's
Yeah. So,
another way without taking the sub to Blindenstone.
perhaps. You were given a map that had a trade route to Blingdenstone via the Dark Lake. So, I mean, you're welcome to Trailblaze, but in this instance, you know of two paths. One towards the surface, one towards Blingdenstone following the Dark Lake.
I'll take my chances with the chamber filled with gas. Just don't light any fires.
Noted.
We'll try it. I might be able to help against the gas, but we'll see when we come to it.
Stu, it's time to go. Basidia, the rest of you and yours, the ones not with, and I'll point at Philo. We're leaving now. We'll help you. We'll get you a new home.
The creatures all emanate a feeling of thanks, and Basidia's mind responds, "We will find a new home."
Okay, so I'm heading to the northwest terrace. Just gonna make my way around this circle, not touching any of them.
Vane will, with Puck, kind of help the other mushrooms get past the ones that are coming with us.
Yeah, we'll make sure I'm with Stu.
Okay, so you want to bring Basidia and his faithful circle with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The shambling thing is like at the X, or
Close enough, yeah.
okay, we'll avoid that.
Yeah, you can actually, now that you're looking for it, you see like piles of fungus that have toppled over, and in the middle of it, you just see a heaving green mound of, which looks like rotting fungus.
I'll be clambering up straight to the top terrace.
Okay.
I assume we
Just
can climb the
motioning Glabagul and Darendil to either take the long way around or follow me.
Okay. Glabagul can climb the surface. Darendil can also climb with no issue. Glabagul, everywhere Glabagul goes, like leaves a clean path, like of stripped, smooth ground behind him as he dissolves the fungus in his wake. Glabagul, you have at your service a green flame blade that you are incapable of wielding. However, you may alight by saying its command word of Emerald Fire, I believe we said it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, it will alight up to 30 feet, or 60 feet like a torch.
I'll just always have it lit then, walking around as a skeleton with a...
Yeah, and anything that you consume has a chance to add to Glabagul's repertoire. He can chirp like a cricket and also turn blue.
It's important skills right there.
Yeah, I've got to keep that in mind.
It's gonna come into play. Don't trust me.
Yeah, we'll get into what
Plus
Brim's up
the
to
turning
later.
blue.
Never know when, yeah, turn blue, all of a sudden, you know, mood lighting, you might change some people's opinions.
Yeah, and
Dorkin
if,
is dragon.
Calm down a situation.
and as Glabagul turns blue, like that changes the shade of green light to blue light, or to like an aqua color.
Let's just turn him into a big walking disco ball.
As we're basically bringing the mushrooms with us, I'll ask Puck to communicate to the ones that are loyal. Basically, if you can let us know when to stop just before the noxious gases area, so I can basically get a long rest in to prep my spells and
I
stuff.
think it's a couple days away, so I think you're good.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and I think I just know as well.
Yeah, uh-huh. Puck has a very intimate knowledge of where everything is.
And
Fair
since
enough.
they're coming with us, you could always connect now.
True.
George will take count of everyone being there and then immediately slip into the tunnel to scout ahead.
Okay.
I will follow behind.
Brim's not there, all accounted for?
Yep, seems good enough.
Yeah, Brim.
I mean, the fact
Brim
that he
didn't
waited
return.
for us is impressive.
Yeah, Brim did not return. I don't know how long you guys. How long are you guys waiting, if at all?
Oh, I'm not
Ah.
waiting for Brim.
I felt
think-
my concentration fade
Yep.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
and decided, well, I'll give one last look from where I am at the what I'm assuming is a blaze, and then leave.
Yeah, you make your way out of the cavern. And you find yourself trailing far away from Neverlight Grove, leaving it behind you. The glowing fungus trailing light in the distance as you walk again into stone corridors. With Puck leading, you're able to make your way for the remainder of the day onward in almost silence through the tunnels. Is there anything anyone wanted to do?
Thane will be praying to Ilmater for Brim, basically hoping that wherever Brim's gone, because as far as we know, he's dead. But wherever Brim's gone, hopefully it's gone to a good place.
While scouting ahead, Dark would keep an eye out for any sign of wrath or other sources of food.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Absolutely. $18.
Okay, yeah, you're able to pick up on the remains of a Roth that looks like it has been eviscerated and torn apart by a large predatory creature. The chest cavity and face has been eaten, but the remnant meat has been left behind. You see you see signs of a small herd that has passed by this way, but it looks like it's been at least 2 days or more since they're passing.
All right. I would spend as much time as I can getting like some sort of meat rations from this Roth for the dragon.
Okay, yeah. You're probably able to procure roughly 3 days worth of rations that will not last for much longer than that. They will likely spoil.
Okay, got it.
Zash, you saw what it was previously, right?
I heard you say it was nice armor. That's it.
Yeah. As you're kind of running your hands over it, it's very fine, elven studded leather. Each of the studs is like a small triangular pyramid-shaped rivet, and on each of the shoulders is capped with an epaulet of silvery, gossamer-like webbing design. This is a +2 studded leather armor.
Nice.
I'll leave it in the sack for now.
Okay. All right, the day passes uneventfully, other than your trudge towards what Puck would believe to be the surface. You do realize as you're climbing, Dork would know, and probably Thane as well. The stone is at an incline here, and you are traveling, ascending. You're gaining elevation.
Seems we're going up. We may very well be leaving the underdock. We may end up in the upper dock. I believe it's called.
Puck's just going to be kind of quiet, holding his bag close to him.
Okay.
I'll just keep an eye on Puck.
I'll
That's why the bag is close to me.
The sturdy
I'll-
constitution of hobbits.
I'll stop just to kind of pat Puck on the shoulder briefly for a moment, and then continue on.
Okay. Puck, go ahead and give me a survival roll with advantage.
Yes, sir. Nice.
Okay. As you're making your way northward over the day, toward the end of the day, you find yourself in what looks to be a tremendous cavern of glowing liquid. The ground around you is filled with craters and pockmarks that are filled with a acrid, bubbling substance. Zash, you are no longer itchy.
Okay. Still
There is
disadvantage?
no, it's completely gone.
Okay.
You do see that your forearms are completely raked with claw marks, though. You're covered in scabs, and your fingernails hurt, as though you've been trying to pry something apart with them.
I'll just slowly run my hands down them, healing with my healing hands.
Okay.
Would Fane, because I'm guessing if it's bubbling, it might have something to do with volcanic activity. Would Fane know this?
Yeah, give me an intelligence check with advantage. Or nature check, if you're proficient.
I'm not, so I'll do it with intelligence. 1 second. There it is.
Okay. While not familiar with the exact means for which these formations form, being a dwarf, you do know that the subterranean worlds are filled with all kinds of nasty things that the earth tries to kill you with, among them being molten rock, and in this instance, pools of acid.
I'll stop the group from going further just for a moment, and then I'll say, don't go near the pools. They're acidic, and they will burn you down to nothing.
And there is an
Try not to go
acrid,
there.
there is an acrid fog rising from these pools.
On hearing that, I'll kind of rub my shoulders and Fiendish figure myself.
Okay.
I'll turn back. I'll say, before we enter this chamber, let's take a long rest. I think I'm going to need our protection here.
The Myconids gather around and form a circle around you and just kind of all crouch down, and their caps begin to slowly sink around their faces as they begin their meld. Did anybody want to do anything this first night?
Not this first night, no. Though I will be praying. I'll kind of say a final prayer to Brim, so tears, kind of a small tear flowing down my face, and I'll pat Dawn, and then kind of go to sleep.
Okay.
Just set up a watch me Puck thing.
Sure. Everyone may take this opportunity to level 7.
Oh wow! Okay.
Additionally, while that is happening, Brim, don't really necessarily worry about that. But while everyone's leveling up, Brim, you find yourself in the chaos of Gracklestug. Where do you go?
The fastest way out that I can.
The fastest way out. You know of several. All of the gates are left wide open. Several of them have been knocked completely off of their hinges and lay in ruin.
Got no sorcery points left. Got barely any spells. I'm just gonna book it wherever I can go.
Okay, you take off running. Are you going to go by land or by water?
Do I know of a way to the surface, or I don't know, someplace safe, a town safe that's not right here?
To the surface, no. The nearest friendly town that you know of was Gracklestew.
Oh, okay. The second nearest town?
The second nearest town was Menzo Baranzan.
Alright, as much as I'd hate to go there, I'm gonna start making my way that way.
Okay. It will take you probably a month.
I'll try to scavenge whatever food I can as I run out.
Okay, so you're going by land or water?
No, whatever's faster. Probably not
Water has proven to be fast, but that was with the submersible. Over land, you're kind of at the mercy of the Underdark. Being by yourself is never a good thing. You do know that you were likely to run across other drow if you go by land. If you go by water, you're more likely to run into weird alien things.
Are there boats?
Yeah, yeah. The docks still have several keelboats, as well as some Duragar vessels.
Are any of the Duragar vessels not being protected?
Yes, all of them. There's chaos. The people that are still alive are fleeing for cover. There are some boats that are tipped over on their sides. There are many that have been left unattended.
The most durable vessel I can find, I'll just shove as much food onto it and
Okay.
water as I can and just leave.
Okay, give me a survival check with advantage. Okay, and give me a stealth check with advantage. Okay, you're able to procure some supplies and load up what is the equivalent of a Duragar tugboat. As you set sail, Captain Brim, on your way back to Menzo Baranzan?
Yep.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on their level 7 activities?
Nope. I'm just excited to kill something. I got that new ability.
All right. New abilities for everyone.
Dane's not going to like that ability.
Glabagul can get another hit die as well.
There's nothing really fancy about it. I just have access to level 4 spells now.
Alright, so Glabagul's got 94 hit points now.
What? 94?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
It's gelatinous cube, man. He's just a hit point sponge.
Sorry, I'm just because I'm having to use the laptop. It's taking a while to load up my level up stuff.
No worries. Alright, the rest comes to an end. You are not harassed in the middle of the night. The cavern floor is coated with kind of like a slimy film around the craters that bubble and roil all night long, casting strange greenish shadows across everything. Dork and... yeah, Dork, give me a perception check.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Far overhead, you see what appears to be a network of stone bridgeways that crisscross the ceiling. And far above them, you see a crevice. And beyond that crevice, you see what appears to be like the glowworms that you saw previously, small twinkling lights.
Huh.
These are easily 200, 300 feet up. And the twinkling lights farther than that.
Okay. These are ahead of us, past the noxious,
Directly above you.
or directly above us.
Yeah.
And these are like bridges made of stone.
Correct.
Nothing.
Yeah, it looks like there are large stalactites that have fused together through the acidic fog that's rising up. Like the condensation has almost caused parts of these stalactites to fuse together into weird shapes far ahead and far above.
Does it seem like the noxious gases would be less potent there?
Likely, yes. But you're in what you would equate to the same as like a still, right? It's like a fermenting trapped chamber, and the gases are kind of rising up. And there are occasional drips of liquid that splash down onto the ground around you, like just moisture that is collected on the outside of like a cold object.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna point it out first of all to the rest of the party during our, I guess, morning routine, more or less.
Okay.
And it's probably not reachable unless we have some sort of a flying creature and enough rope.
I suppose if we can well, would the myconids be okay if they walk through the poison? That's my question. Or the noxious gas, rather.
They say they've never been affected by it.
Okay.
I mean, they don't breathe, right?
No.
I would assume. So it's just us who need an alternative path.
There are gaps between. I mean, you can kind of see a haze over some of these craters. There are. I mean, this cavern that you're in has enough space to maneuver between the craters that you likely won't be subject to acidic, poisonous gases. So long as you're not, dipping your toe in them. At least Dork would be able to piece that out.
Okay. If I cast detect poison and disease as a ritual, can I find a clear path through?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, doing that, you'll be able to navigate through, skirting around any hazard without fail.
Good. Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay, perfect. All right. What does your detect poison and disease ritual look like?
I am going to settle down fairly close to where the poison is, and then place one clawed hand on the ground, and then lick all the way around the fingers while yipping, and then sniff the air, and then use my hand like one of those water-seeking branches, and just guide my way through.
All right. If you'll excuse me for a moment, my dogs are barking. Go ahead and award yourself inspiration, Dork.
I already have it.
You may give it to someone else then.
I think everyone already has it, right?
I don't have it.
Another try.
Ah.
I haven't
Okay.
done something dark and cruel enough.
I'll give it to Puck.
Damn it.
Puck's nice.
Nobody trusts me anymore. All I did was kill one insane drow.
All right, Dork, you managed to find your way through this cavern with extreme ease. Everyone follows behind Dork's strange method of guidance as you traverse this cavern that's about 300 feet long. Now having it pointed out to you, all of you above can see... sorry, my wife just got home. You can see far above this network of twisting bridges far above. Thane, Puck, and Zash, give me perception checks.
Vision.
Yes.
What is wrong with my rolls today? Seriously.
I don't have dark vision.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
No. Okay.
Oh, good thing I had that advantage.
Okay, Zash and Puck, as you're walking along, you glance up at the glowworms far above you, and you see that the rift, which was black, is slowly turning violet and then orange, as you make out what appears to be a glimpse, a window to the sky.
But it's way up there.
It is way up there.
Like, even with like a fly spell, would not make it in time.
It might be close.
I'll point it out to Thane. Oh, we're going in the right way.
Oh, Dawn, take a look at that. I said as I hold Dawn up to see the sky.
You hold the hilt of the blade up, which flares into brilliant light, as there is just a joyful cry.
God damn it, Thane.
It's so beautiful! Everyone else is cast into complete daylight as the radiant blade fills the area with blinding light.
Does the gas ignite?
No. I mean, do you want it to?
No.
Kind of.
The end. No.
The DM in me definitely wants it.
Yeah, the rift far ahead, or far above, turns to just a slit of bright light that shines down, casting very faint light from above. But you can tell, those of you who have been to the surface before, it is unmistakable. It is the sun.
I never thought I'd see it again, Thane said with a happy sigh.
Dork, as you make your way forward, you see a ramp in the side of the cliff face that moves up at a pretty extreme angle, almost like a 60-degree angle, straight up the face of the cliff. But it's got another. It's flat enough to traverse, and you can see it kind of switch back and forth up the side and into a cavern about 100 feet up the side of the cliff. And Puck, you know that is the way that you're being directed.
I would assume that definitely looks traveled.
It looks like it has been traveled, yes.
All right. Suppose I'm gonna climb up ahead and scout that it's solid.
Okay. Give me a survival check.
11.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a pretty wide, flat trail, and you should have no problem. The only people that may have issue are like the Myconid sovereigns, which are pretty large. But the trail looks pretty worn in places. The striations of the rock having been eaten away by moisture, rainfall, and this acidic condensation has formed striated like steps in the rock face, allowing for easier traversal. Some of the steps are almost 3 feet tall, so you kind of have to hop around a couple times. But it looks like this is a pretty well blazed trail. It looks like it's been here for centuries. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere fast.
All right. Once I reach, I guess, the top, I would call down that it's safe. And at the same time, spend some time casting locate animals or plants as a ritual.
Okay.
And I would like to find something that I can use for making arrows specifically. So like a zergwood or a similar substance.
Okay. You haven't seen Zirkwood since leaving Neverlight Grove. The mushroom density has become much thinner here. You can give me a survival check with disadvantage.
Sure.
And you learn the direction of the closest one. Okay. Okay, yeah, good
Nine.
enough. Yeah, so you know there is some budding Zirkwood off to the side of the bottom of the trail. They are like the equivalent of saplings, right? So they're just small, but not. It may not be quite dense enough to use as arrows, but it may serve the purpose in a pinch.
Not quite that desperate yet, so I'll carry on for now.
Okay.
Then wait for the others to arrive at the top.
All right. Is everybody following?
Yeah.
The Myconids stop you, Puck, and Basidia says in your mind, I assume you're continuing the rapport spores through your
yeah.
journeys, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah, you hear the voice of Basidia enter your mind, and he says, "The sprouts of these mushrooms speak of promise. Perhaps this would be a good place for us to start our new colony."
Right here?
Is there something wrong?
No, I just didn't think it would be that easy. If you think you can start a colony here and thrive, well, I'm all for it.
Well, I have seen what lies ahead, and there is nothing there for us. This would be the best place to start, and we could move from here. But for now, we will sit down here and spread ourselves.
Good luck. Stu, are you happy with this? Happy to stay here?
I'm not going with you.
You can go wherever you want. I don't know how Myconids deal in sunlight. Through the rapport spores, do I know at all?
None of them have tried.
Oh. It's up to you, Stool. I'm happy to take you along.
I want to go with you.
There is a way to test it.
Yeah?
I mean, Dawnburner is basically the equivalent of sunlight, right? So
Yeah.
I suppose if you basically see what happens when he's near dawn, I suppose you could find out what would happen.
Did you say that out loud?
Well, Puck hasn't said it to me. It's basically just kind of shooting ideas.
No, I think I said before that anything that I was saying, I'd be speaking aloud, even though it would be a one-sided conversation, just for the benefit of everyone else.
Okay. What if, Stool, how do you react under Dawn's light? She is basically the equivalent of sunlight on the surface. And Fane will kind of like, Dawn, could you light up, please?
The blade of lights casting sunlight into the area.
Just like a nervous mother, I'm gonna put myself between them just in case I don't want Stool to burst into flames or something. Experiment to be controlled.
Sure. Being blocked from the sunlight and indirect light, it doesn't seem to be any effect.
Okay. I'll slowly set aside then. Let's see how it is. Did you say indirect or indirect?
Indirect, not indirect. Oh my god, that's hard to say. While being blocked from direct sunlight, there is no effect.
Then I shall step aside slowly to see how it works.
Stool stands there, and Puck, you immediately see like steam begin to rise off of his cap.
Oh, nope. I
Off of
step
its cap, sorry.
As soon as Puck says nope, Fane will say, Dawn, shut down for a moment, please. And then put Dawn back on his once she's shut down, put it back on his waist.
I heave a big sigh.
That hurt.
Then I don't think you're gonna want to be coming with us, still.
I suppose
But-
you could.
This is close to the surface, right? Perhaps I could come visit.
Really?
If you stay here, then yes.
Oh, that sounds great.
Maybe I'll bring you back some stuff from the surface.
Oh. Can you bring me a boat?
I'll bring you two.
Yeah. The myconids are spreading out, and you see them begin to turn up some of the soil with their large shovel-like hands. And you see just a trail of spores falling from their caps on everything that they touch.
I'm going to take out the rest of the bones that I have and give them to Basidia and say, if anything happens to Stool, these worked last time.
The Myconid Sovereign looks at you and kind of does what the equivalent of someone who has no idea what you're talking about. He blinks an unblinking stare.
Shit.
What do you mean last time?
Uh-oh.
You know, last time we had to rescue old Stool.
These bones will be put to good use. I thank you. He puts a tremendous hand on your shoulder.
Good luck to all of you. I hope you're able to colonate in peace. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm going to use it anyway. And then, may it always bless you.
May you go to the soil in peace.
I have nothing else. Actually, I'll leave my giant worm tooth as a memento for Stu. And if possible, I fix it to some string and just hanging around his cap.
Yeah, sure. He loves it. It loves it.
Yeah.
Keep applying gender to the Myconid.
You
Yeah,
stay safe.
it seems
Stu.
to be very happy with its hat / necklace.
Yeah, because he doesn't really have shoulders to hang it off of.
No, not yet, at least.
You'll grow into it.
Oh boy.
Goodbye, Stu. It's been fun.
Goodbye, Puck.
You take care of yourselves, Stool. Vane will say, stroking his cap. Before getting up to leave.
Okay. Is there anything anyone else wanted to deal with regarding the Myconid before continuing onward?
I will very obviously shudder at the sight of their reproduction.
Okay.
Walk off towards the direction we're heading, just to like have a look ahead.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like this pathway continues for some time, and Puck would know you've still got another day and a half or so worth of journey ahead of you. The remainder of which is a taxing and tiresome climb upward.
Only a day and a half.
A day and a half. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna make it.
Don't say stuff like that.
We're gonna make it.
There's a portal into the Shadowfell. Let's run at it.
The portal to the Shadowfell goes completely ignored.
Wait, is there a portal to the
No,
shadow?
there is not.
Don't tell him that.
It's in the opposite direction and down
Come on, I
the
need
very
one.
steep cliff.
Brim finds one, though.
What?
And Brim is disintegrated like a moth flying into a lantern. Bzz.
That's about right.
That does not happen. I'm just kidding. Sorry, Brim, for making light of your situation.
There's a way for me
No,
to
that-
create a portal into the Shadowfell.
Yeah, I mean,
Myrdal just suddenly whispers, "Your boyfriend is here."
all right. So we're continuing onward, onward and upward. Anyone have anything else they want to do down here?
There is one thing I want to do.
Okay.
I'm going to cast the spell Divination.
Okay.
Find out what happened to Brim.
Okay. Make sure you deduct 25 gold pieces.
That's fine.
Let me read this. Okay. So you have to ask about the future, I think.
Is it?
Mhm.
You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So I need a single question of something to happen within a week.
I read that wrong, obviously.
All right. Well, you can think on it. We'll continue on. If you
Alright.
don't want to cast it, that's fine.
Wait, you only need the materials if it says it consumes them, right?
It does.
Okay, then never mind. I don't need snake tongues.
Okay. All right, everyone begins to make their way up the rampway. Thane, obviously, with something weighing on his conscience, like something on the tip of his tongue that he wants to ask someone, but doesn't know what the words are.
Indeed, that pretty much matches what I'm thinking right now.
All right. All right.
Up and away.
Dork, you're leading.
Yeah, I would be scouting ahead.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and deduct 2 days worth of rations.
Okay, I think I've got it. I'm going to ask, in a roundabout way, is Brim going to be alive within the next day? And I'll put that to Ilmater,
Okay.
obviously. I know it doesn't take into account any possible
Yeah,
circumstances.
yeah. I'm thinking of how to phrase it. His suffering will guide his survival.
Vane will smile. I've got good news, people. Brim's still alive.
How do you know that?
I just communed with Ilmater. I used a new power that I've gained through my guidance with Ilmater, and he's able to commune to me that his suffering will see to his survival. He's still alive.
Sounds like bad news and good news altogether.
Yes, well, Ilmater is.
Thane
the
is
god.
stricken with the intellect of a 5-year-old.
Oh my!
Where am I?
Silence.
Mommy!
Silence.
Mommy!
Are you silencing him? All right.
I'm
He's,
doing
I'm gonna look at Puck. First thing we're doing is we're going to a town and getting somebody to check everybody out. There's a lot of wacko in this,
There is.
I'm basically
especially him. And I point to Thane.
I'm basically continuing in Dwarvish at the moment, even though I'm silenced, basically calling out for my mother.
Okay.
I start to run away,
Up away or down away?
down away,
Okay.
because I would have grown up in a cave. Not a cave, but you get what I
I'll
mean.
grab him.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Zash grabs a hold of you.
go! Let me go! In Dwarvish, obviously.
I'll use the hempen rope to tie it around his waist and then like tie it to my waist like a leash.
Okay. Thane, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. Just straight up dexterity?
Uh-huh.
God, this is gonna go well. Oh God.
Zashir, give me a strength saving throw.
You might still win.
True.
It's close.
Puck, you watch as Zashir begins to hogtie Thane into a means to restrain him. As Thane goes running down the slick ramp and falls face first down onto the large steps and begins to slide, much like a sled. Then you watch for a moment as you see the rope begin to uncoil, and then it snaps taut on Zashir's chest, and Zashir goes flying with him.
I know this is gonna
fucking
be bad
hate
for
you.
my.
I'll do that thing where I like reach a hand out, knowing that I can't do anything.
All the
No
times
way.
I had, I could have left you to die.
I'm
I
sorry. I
regret
can't
every
stop.
time I saved you right now.
I'm sorry.
Thane, your intellect
sorry, I-
returns as you're plummeting at an incredible rate down a slick ramp with Zash trailing behind.
As I'm sliding down, do I feel like I'm going to be injured if I don't stop this soon?
Oh yeah.
Ride him like a shield.
I'll try to like stop, catch my footing or whatever.
All right. So I'll give both of you one more. I'll give Thane a strength saving throw and Zashir a strength saving throw with disadvantage because you're being pulled.
Okay, come on.
Do a backflip when you reach the Myconids
Oh.
and zoom past.
Okay. Thane, you come sliding to a corner and grab hold of a stalactite as you stop your momentum and you hug it close to your body and you breathe a sigh of relief as Zashir goes flying past you, and then you see the rope between you. And then it yanks you and rips you off the side with him, and both of you fall 20 feet.
Ouch.
As soon as I go off the edge, I'm misty stepping back to the ledge.
Okay, yeah, you reappear back on the ledge, Thane falling and taking 5 bludgeoning damage when he collides with the ground.
Does that knock me out of my fin? Or?
No,
Oh,
no,
God.
your intellect is returned.
My intellect does return.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Oh, what hit me?
I assume the rope then falls on top of him. Because
Yeah, and then the rope
me.
just coils down on top of him and just thunk, the end of it, just the big knot, does an additional 1d4 damage. You take 3 bludgeoning damage as the knot at the end of the rope hits you right in the face.
Okay. Well, you know, I mean, it's not like I'm injured, but I'm not dead, so that's a good sign.
I'll lean over the edge and look down at him. You feeling better?
I feel like something hit me, but yeah, I'm fine. What
Hey, look at it
happened?
this way. At least you didn't kill anyone in the group again.
I'll kind of glare up at him, slowly just look up at him and glare. I'll look around, see if there's any way to get back up to where I was without climbing.
Yeah, you have to take the ramp that you did originally. It only set you back like 5 minutes.
All right, I'll get back onto the ramp then, and then head my way.
Hearing some sort of commotion, Dork would come back to where he knows the party to be from his scouting ahead and just sees Puck there and goes, where are the other two?
I choose this moment to facepalm very loudly.
The facepalm heard round the Underdark.
Yeah. And then I just turn, shake my head, and then carry on. There's no hope for him.
Oh,
As things
Okay.
passes me, I'm just gonna grab hold of his shoulder for a second and then lean down so we're on eye level. Get it together, man.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You just decided to use the ramp as a slip and slide and almost took me off the edge with you.
Wait, what? Then Fane will look at you with slight alarm.
Oh, you totally remember the experience.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then it comes to me. I'm like, oh, I felt like I was young again, like really young.
Yeah, as soon as we get to a town, you're going to somebody.
If we can find a tubble to a mater, that might be the best bet. If I could speak to one of the clergymen, maybe they'll be able to help.
You need a padded room, my friend.
With no blunt objects.
Only as much as you do, Puck. Only as much as you. I say teasingly as I pat his shoulder.
I mean, he isn't the one clubbing everyone across the head or pulling them down slides, you know?
And continue onward up the ramp.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Dork, you're leading. Give me 2 survival checks.
17 and a crit.
Excellent. You find a chimney, basically 2 faces of rock that face each other, that are close enough to press your back against one wall and your feet against the other, and cause you or allow you to climb completely vertically using your lower body strength. And looking at the path to your left and this path, you feel that this chimney would likely cut a couple hours out of your journey at the cost of possibly a 50-foot fall.
So
Okay.
50 feet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to the party, point up the chimney, and then say, it's probably best way up. This one
Fane-
whines too much.
Fane
He's
will
straight
look up and go, considering everything that's happening to me at the moment, I do not think that is wise.
I'm gonna look at him. Stay here for a moment.
I'll kind of...
So it's 50 feet up this chimney?
Yes.
I looked at Dork and Puck. Are y'all confident in climbing this yourselves?
Yeah. I'm very confident.
Not greatly confident. But if push comes to shove, I have something I could do.
Well, I have an idea, but I'm just wondering if you want to wait down here for me to lower the rope back down from up top or not.
I think that may be wise. I could turn at any moment.
I looked at Thane. Oh no, you're not climbing. You're waiting for the rope.
I'm gonna stand at the chimney and touch my vagabond's cane, make it into a rope, and cast rope trick.
Oh, cool. Excellent. Yeah.
I'll be right back while you're doing that.
Yeah, so you tap the length of your cane on the ground, and then like a snake, it begins to just slither into a elongated shape, and then begins to just rise on its own accord straight up the chimney.
As I see that go. Oh, well, that's better than my idea.
Well,
And not the
Okay.
Dork. Well done.
after you.
I'll grab the rope and kind of like brace my feet on the wall, holding the rope and just kind of climb up.
Yeah, using the wall and the rope, it's a climb that everyone can make, with the exception of Globagool,
Shit.
who would fit exactly in this space, like a plug.
Can he slide his way up?
Use a vacuum system,
Yeah, so
pump himself up.
yeah, I think that's pretty funny. I think he can kind of slidge his way up the chimney.
Alright, just to be on the safe side, has the rope gone up yet? Sorry, I just got back.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to pray to Ilmater. Ilmater, grant me the power to resist if the worst should happen. And then I'll press my holy symbol to my chest and cast.
Okay. He has protected himself against death. All right. So you are death warded. And everyone makes it to the top of the chimney with no problems. With the exception of Globagool, because it's kind of funny.
So how's Glabagool going to get up is the question.
Yeah, he just wedges himself in, and then he's like the exact width of this chimney, and he just basically, like an elevator, just goes straight up.
Does he clean my rope
Uh-huh.
along the way?
Yeah, he
Okay,
cleans
cool.
the rope and the passageway.
we hear this like slurping sound from.
And you find yourself at another a landing that leads further up along the side of the cliff at a steep angle. And you seem to have saved a considerable amount of time in backtracking and finding the appropriate switchback to get up here. You can now see that you're getting closer to the network of stone bridges that are above. Below you, the green cast of the acidic pools casts a lime green light from below. From above, there is a bright white crevice in the sky. Dork, it looks almost like you are gazing into the abyss above you.
Don't like where we're headed.
You'll like it on the surface, Stork. And then he'll pat his dog's shoulder.
Dork will sigh and very obviously roll his eyes at the mention of a surface.
I don't think
Hey,
you've
the-
liked anywhere we've been, Dork. You've always tried to leave.
Well, journey's more fun with proper company, you know. I'm gonna keep marching off upward.
I think he's in for a shock. We might want to be nearby just in case he panics.
I just kind of smile. This is gonna be fun.
All right, you continue for another couple hours, making your way up the steep inclines. There are occasions where you pass into caverns that shallowly enter the side of the cavern wall. And then you find yourself emerging from another cavern at a different angle, gazing down on the acidic pools again. You continue at an upward climb. Your legs and calves start to burn with the effort of the upward ascension. There are lots of slick rocks to travel over, and the journey is more annoying than difficult, just with the care that you have to take to climb. And after 6 hours, you find yourselves at level with one of the stone bridges. You can now see while you're at level with it that the stone walkways span a large portion of the cavern. They are suspended from stalactites that have fused together from the acidic condensation and years of erosion from outside elements of the surface. Growing closer to the rift above you, you can see hints of a blue sky among the glaring white sunlight. It is still easily 400 feet above you.
We're almost there, Dawn. Fang will say, but hold the kind of patting the hilt by his side.
I'm gonna hiss upward at the crevice.
Can everyone see themselves?
I can now, yeah.
So it looks like the rocky bridges extend in two different directions. The stalactites and rocks forming a network of pillars that connect this bridgeway to the one above it and to the ceiling above.
Another day's passed since I cast divination last, right?
No, only 6 hours.
Okay. What's... hang on, it's only a 25% chance. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'd rather not risk it just in case, because it's only 25% chance that my rolls have been shit today.
You only rolled like 3 ones.
Dork and Zash, give me perception checks.
Vision?
Yes.
These glasses are paying off today.
Dork, in the distance, you recognize the faint, refracted red light of creatures with dark vision.
How far away?
Yeah, a couple 100 feet. And just as quickly as that, they disappear.
Wonder what's the hurry. I'm gonna primeval awareness this shit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna attune to sense monstrosities and think it's infernals of any
Okay.
sort.
You can sense with whether any of your favorite enemies are within 5 miles. There are monstrosities within 5 miles of you.
All right. Are there multiple groups?
No.
General direction, distance?
North, a couple 100 feet.
Okay, so these are definitely monstrosities then.
There's a whistle
Okay.
in the darkness as crossbow bolts land all around you. Looking down, you note the silver and black fletching common among drow.
Do I see the crossbow bolts land around the door?
Yeah, everyone does.
I immediately bring out Dawn and activate her.
Okay. To what distance?
About 10 feet.
I'll summon my glaive
Okay.
and step out of the light.
Sunlight fills the bridgeway. You hear in the distance in the language spoken by Brim. You hear very succinct, clipped commands, and then another volley of crossbow bolts comes flying past, slamming against the pillars near you. In the distance, Zash, Dork, Puck, Thane, you hear a female voice call out, "What's taken you so long? You die here!"
I'm gonna sigh and turn to Alatheron and
Loose!
then
Another
just
volley of
whisper
bolts
to
fly past.
Alatheron,
Is the voice up to the north of us?
Yes. I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do I?
Dork?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna whisper to Alatheron, burn them.
All right, everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
One second.
Hey, finally a good initiative.
Alatheron won't catch a break.
When you get a chance, Lee, I'm gonna need a Spectre handout.
A Spectre. All right.
Yep, from the Monster Manual.
Spectre.
And it's not gonna have a lot of health. Oh no, it has temporary hit points in addition. Okay. Ashwin, that's gonna have the same amount of health as half your Warlock level, so 3.
All right. Can be edited by. Okay, you should have one now.
Yep, I see it. Hopefully I get to use it.
I'll just set it back here for now. All right. Is everybody in?
I think so.
Where's Brim?
All right. In the distance, Zash, Puck, and Thane, you hear the familiar voice of Ilvara Mizram calling out, "Loose!" Another volley of crossbow bolts comes flying toward you, clattering against the stone. There is also a violet light glowing in the distance. Dork, what do you do?
A violet light.
Yes.
How far away? It's at the 200.
Yeah, it's pretty vague, pretty faint rather.
But it's roughly where they are, I
Yeah.
guess.
Uh huh.
Okay. Gonna rush up to here. And then I guess target in the vicinity of the purple light. Would
Right,
that be
it's,
within
in roughly this direction. You see where I'm pointing?
Holy hell.
Yeah, is that roughly the distance as well?
Yes. Uh huh.
Okay. Good. I'm gonna target the purple light and cast Spike Growth.
Okay. Your spike growth has a range of here at the most.
Yeah.
Okay. 20-foot
We're
radius.
as close to the purple light as I can get it.
Okay. There is a stalagmite directly in front of you here.
Okay.
Consider each one of these as full cover. They are 10 feet wide and reach all the way to the ceiling.
Oh, sweet.
So you'd have to position yourself. I guess it doesn't matter if you're shooting before you move. But you don't have
Yeah,
a
and
clear
the-
line of sight to there. You can shoot to here or to here, but directly
Yeah,
through the...
and the positioning isn't that meticulous. Where the purple light is roughly
Okay.
somewhere in that vicinity,
Okay.
as close as I can get it, basically.
All right. "20-foot radius." All right. Spike growth is probably my least favorite to position. No, I should have had a... I think I have spell effects in there, but it's unfortunate that you can't really see where this is.
Yeah,
All right. We're
that's
good.
kind of the issue. Otherwise, I would give you the exact location.
Yeah, there is a... the sound of your arrow flying through the darkness, followed by a curse in Elvish. All right, I think that about does it. Okay. Anything else?
No, I would take cover behind the little ledge here, but otherwise, no.
Okay. Zash.
I will stealth, I guess, since I'm not.
Oh, hold on.
anywhere
This turn order is all messed up. I'm sorry.
near- Oh, never mind.
There we go. Let me fix that. You hear the sound of a male voice call out. Dork goes, and then someone else goes. All right, now it's your turn, Zash.
Okay, since I guess no, I'll move here first, up behind Dork. Is that like a ledge kind of blocking us?
Yeah. Uh huh.
And then I will stealth.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a
And
stealth check.
to Wafui gives me advantage, right?
Yes, sir. Nice. Blending in with the stone, you become one with the stone.
Okay, that's it.
All right, Thane.
See, well, I can't really do much here, so I'll whisper to Dawn to shut down for a moment, and then I'll get behind here. Yeah, I'll shut down Dawn and put her to my side, because I can't actually do anything at this moment in time because they're too far away, and it's just like a lighting beacon at the moment. It's not going to have any effect on the drow. And I'll just hide behind the pillar for a moment. I can't do anything else till now, so yeah, that will be it.
Okay. There is the sound of footsteps from ahead. You see several pairs of red eyes glowing in the darkness, approaching along the bridgeway. You hear a muttered curse, Dork, as something moves through that general vicinity.
I'm gonna yip very excitedly.
And then another muttered curse. All right, Puck.
Seeing as Zash is the one that I make a powerhouse, I'll follow in the general direction, but I'll stay back. Get to about there. Yeah.
All right, anything else?
Yeah. No. I think I'll just observe for now.
All right, Glabagool. Are you there, Jack?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Okay, so speed of 15.
You got this.
There we go.
You can dash if you like.
Alright. If I go through Alatheron's space, does that...
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
Okay. Would Glabagool know?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's interesting what would happen if you consumed a red dragon, I'm sure.
That is where I'll go then.
Okay. A skeleton slidges up beside you, Puck. There is a intonation of an unholy prayer in the distance as the red eyes begin to glow brighter with fervor. Alatheron.
All right. So that's Dork. I would shout back in Yip-Yak. Remember how we hunt. Go below. Get them by surprise.
Okay.
Then Alatheron has 60 flight speed.
Give me
So-
an animal handling check.
Absolutely. I'm moving him back then.
Good
12.
enough. Alatheron lashes his tail angrily. And will do as you command.
Perfect. Shall I move him?
Yes, please.
All right. Have him move around here and roughly here, and then have him move like alongside the bridge,
Okay.
kind of out of sight.
Yeah.
That's 45. And I think roughly there,
Okay.
for now at least.
Sure, give me a perception check for Elatheron.
$18.
What's his range of vision?
Blind sight 10, dark vision 60.
Okay. Just outside of his vision, he sees, clinging to the underside of this bridgeway, a multitude of reflective dark vision eyes. 8.
Wow. Okay. Huh. That's interesting.
It seems to be very still.
That is very interesting. Well, next turn, Alatheron will go and devour him.
Okay. He sees it actually moving toward him very slowly. Along the bottom of the walkway.
Okay. Perfect.
Darendil roars and charges into the fray with Thane.
As long as he doesn't try to use me as a ranged weapon.
Alright, Dork.
All right. The voices I heard were coming roughly where I cast the spike growth, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Gonna slip out something like that. Or actually, probably here, so I can actually see around the rocks. Can't really see anyone still. So I'm gonna prepare an action to launch my arrows at the first drow that comes within my vision range,
Okay.
including Brim.
Sounds good. Alright, you hear another foul utterance in the distance as the smell of brimstone and sulfur fills the area.
Oh wow, that's a great. That's a great fit.
Zasha.
So the voices are still way over to the north.
Yep.
I guess if I can't see anyone, then I can't see them. Can I, like, throw a blind Eldritch Blast towards where the voices are?
Absolutely. Just point where you want it to go.
Like this area right here.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your attack. The Eldritch Blast lances forward into the darkness, enveloped in shadows, and there is no scream or sound of response as the Eldritch Blast
figured.
collides with a stalagmite.
Worth a try.
Anything else?
Yeah, 1 second. I'm trying to see something. Nope, I have to be able to see him. Okay, yep, nope, I'm done.
Okay, Thane.
Thane will basically join Darendil in a dash, since I won't make it there otherwise. And I can still see Dash. He's like basically on the edges of my vision, right?
Yeah, if you can see him, you can see him.
All right. Before I get there, then I'm still sort of dashing, but I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on him as I pass, and then get behind cover.
All right, go ahead and adjust your AC.
Ooh, +2.
Just to make sure you know, Lee, the Dawn's not actually active at the moment.
Oh, you turned it off?
I turned it off first turn, yeah.
Okay. I think you're good. Okay.
And that will end my turn.
All right.
Since I dashed.
Shit.
All right. There is the sound of crossbow bolts clicking back into a loaded state, followed by the sharp, punctuated male elven voice calling out, and then the sound of whistling through the air. 2 crossbow bolts coming towards Dork, 2 coming towards Zash. The first is a 6 against Dork. The second is a 19 versus Dork.
Ooh, that'll hit.
Okay, you take 4 piercing damage and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
I believe in you.
12.
The bolt punches through your armor into your hide, and you feel the distinct tinge of drow poison. You feel your eyelids begin to close. Is there anything you want to do to offset this? Because you failed.
Not sure if I have anything necessarily.
Okay.
Try and offset it. Except inspiration, but it feels like I'm falling asleep.
Yes.
I'll take it.
Okay. You feel your eyelids grow heavy as you feel the poison course through your veins and you slump unconscious. Two towards Zash. A 7 and a 23.
Oh, just.
At 23.
You take 6 points of piercing damage and feel the familiar twinge of drow poison. Give me a Constitution saving throw. DC 13. There you go.
Boom!
Grabbing the bolt, ripping it from you before the poison can take hold. You throw the bolt to the ground, unaffected.
And they're at my fiendish figure. Motherfucker.
I believe you may see a drow move into your range here. Can you see him?
No, I only got 60 feet, and obviously it starts fading out at 40, so
Okay. You see eyes move in the distance.
I can see there. Well, that didn't draw. I can't tell if that's drawing or not because it's so dark.
It is. It's drawing.
Oh, there it is. I can see to about there. It's just really dark, obviously.
Okay, yeah, you don't see it then. You glance down just as he moves. An orb of perfect blackness fills one of the passageways in front of you. Puck.
Okay. I shall move up as far as I can. About there. At this point, I will. I think now's a good time. I will haste Zashir
Woo! Granted, that crossbow bolt still would have hit, but would have been closer.
And I'll also... Yeah, seems like a big fight. I will also Bardic Inspiration him.
All right.
And I'll, like, get down Solid Snake in it on these stairs.
All right. Zash, you feel yourself invigorated with the performance of Puck. The blood welling from the wound in your shoulder. You feel invigorated. And Glabagul takes up the rear of the formation.
Well, let's, I'm still not gonna get anywhere near anybody.
Oops, sorry.
Okay.
Outstanding.
That's actually super handy for Puck.
You can use Glabagul as cover. He is a wall.
Then I will sidestep there instead.
Okay, perfect. A skeleton stands in front of you, Puck, brandishing a glowing green sword.
I thought it was a mace.
Oh, it's a mace? Yeah, it's a mace. Sorry.
A lot of people with glowing green weapons.
Yeah.
This group.
Yeah, Alatheron.
Yeah. The pair of ice Alatheron saw was somewhere around here, right?
Right there. It's on the underside.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's slowly moving, just creeping one leg at a time, and then coming completely still, and then moving another leg, and then coming to rest.
That big ass circle, I assume
Good.
that's supposed to be on the underside, so I shouldn't be seeing that?
No, the big ass circle is on top.
Oh, that's on top.
It's a sphere of darkness. You've seen Brim cast
No,
a
no,
sphere
no.
form.
This big ass circle.
Yeah,
That's
that
a-
big ass circle's on the
top.
bottom. Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Good thing Bring isn't anymore here.
Well, even if
So
he
the spider
was,
doesn't go rampage.
well, even if he was, that curse has been removed from him now. So
Although he would have been a good
You never
distraction.
know. Loth isn't exactly the kind sort.
true that.
Atheronaramaxis is going to swoop on down there and have a good old bite. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
I want to use my inspiration for that.
Okay, absolutely.
12 probably still doesn't hit.
A 12 does not hit.
Ah.
As the spider rears two of its legs and hisses menacingly at the dragon.
Sure. Can try.
Anything else?
No.
It is the spider's turn. It rears back, and its mouth parts clench as a stream of web flies at Alatheron.
Oh God.
A 16 versus AC?
Oh, Jesus, that hits.
Alatheron can give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
It'll be a base strength check. Oh, Jesus.
He comes skidding against the side of the walkway, trying to grab hold of it as the web encircles his wings and his body, as he is unable to find purchase on the side of the rock and begins to tumble into a free fall towards the acidic pools hundreds of feet below.
Oh no.
How fast?
It will be 60 feet per turn.
All right.
So he's got 4 turns to break free before landing in acid or rock.
Okay. No pressure.
All right, Darendil. Darendil rages and charges into the darkness.
You go, you
Of course
crazy
he does.
Quaggoth.
From within the darkness, you just hear Dork, it is your turn. You witness as Alatheron tumbles.
I'm asleep.
Oh, you're asleep. You witness nothing. Oh my god, that's heartbreaking.
Amazing.
Better that way.
So you have to. Okay, so yeah, you're just asleep.
Knowing Dork, he would have actually jumped in after Alatheron. So.
Yeah. So Dork sleeps fitfully. Zash.
Did I see Dork get shot and fall asleep?
Yeah, uh-huh.
In our previous experience with the drow poison, if I just like smack him as I walk by, will that wake him back up?
Yeah.
Or does he need to be like cured?
You have to use an action to wake him. Or you can attack him. I mean, it's your choice.
I'm gonna yell, Glabagool, wake Dork, and point to Dork.
Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
And then I'm gonna follow Dork.
Ah.
Do I remember where the walkway was so I don't walk off the walkway?
You can give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, because that's gonna end well for me. Okay, yep, I'll try.
I mean, you have an idea. You can see where it ends, and you can see where it starts, but the space in between, you're not fully sure if it's... I mean, what's there right now?
But it was only like 10 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the walkway I'm trying to pass through.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it! I'm gonna try and cross through.
Okay, you make it to the other side.
Okay, and it haste doubles my speed, right?
Yep.
So I still got 20 more feet. No, not close enough. Okay, I guess I'll stop here behind this pillar and like use it as cover from this guy. And I will shoot at this fucker up here with an Eldritch Blast.
That is a miss. That is a hit. Who are you shooting?
This fucker over here.
Okay. That appears to be the drow. Now that you're closer, you see him stepping forward. He's like hovering 3 feet above the walkway, and he is just lowering his hand after casting a spell. And he turns to regard you, and you recognize him as Shore, the drow who tormented you in Velkenvelv, the one that you faced off with and sent running back to Mr. Silvara.
Oh, the little bitch.
And that one hits. Okay.
As I hit him, I'm gonna look at him and say, we're gonna finish what we started last time.
He grins and produces a gleaming silver elven blade.
Because that helped you last time, didn't it? When I was unarmed.
He smiles to himself. Anything else?
Ooh, I can make a second attack, can't I? Because of haste, right?
Yeah,
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be fun. Make sure it's a bonus action like I think it is. Yes. I will cast my new spell as my bonus action.
Oh, nice.
And I would like to... You tell me if I just have to create a new one. I would like to just wreathe my current packed weapon just in shadow instead and change its damage to the 2d8 psychic.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
Okay, but it has a ranged throw, correct? It says range 20 to 60, so if I throw it at him...
Well, that creates a specifically smaller weapon, right? A finesse light thrown weapon. You're using a polearm, so you would use the same... That's 2d8 damage. So, I mean, you can style it however you like, but it ends up just being a 2d8 weapon. It doesn't add damage.
Oh no, yeah, I don't want it to add damage. I'm just
Yeah, no, that's
replacing
fine.
the
Yeah, that's
I just
fine.
want it to look the same.
Yeah.
Thematic.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'll just kind of pull it out because I hadn't summoned my blade, and then wreathe it in fire, and then turn, smile at him, and just kind of spear chuck it at him.
All right, awesome. It will be with disadvantage because of the range.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so let me pull this up. Hopefully I got all this put in correctly.
As the Eldritch Blast slams into him, he leans back out of the way as the shadowy glaive flies past him.
I would like to use the inspiration from Puck on that.
Okay. And as he smirks, the blade passes by, the wake of which is trailing like a deadly edge. A scythe of shadows collides with him.
One 831.
Ouch. All right. All right, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
He's no longer smiling. Thane.
Fane's going to dash to Puck's direction, take cover behind the stalactite, is it?
Yeah, uh-huh. A little of both. They're like columns that reach to the ceiling.
Okay. And I don't know if my free action will help with this, but I'm going to slap Dork Wake.
Yeah, no, it'll use your action to wake him up.
Yeah, I figured it might. Okay, no worries. I'll just kind of, with my shield above both our heads, I'll end my turn there, waiting to wake up Dork.
Okay, Dork, you regain consciousness on the ground.
Oh, hey.
A drow comes around the corner toward you, Zash. He raises a short sword to you and a curt salute and slashes out at you. A 13 versus AC, I believe, misses.
Yeah, miss.
Another one shoots at you with a hand crossbow. An 18.
Miss.
And that is it. Puck.
I'm gonna keep for like 2 seconds to let the dog out.
Okay.
Move on up right beside those two. What is that? That's
It's a globe of
a wall of
darkness.
darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Amazing. I cannot see beyond it. Oh. I will cast light on my rapier in that case.
Okay.
Getting near them's going to be a problem. But Fane will whisper to Puck.
Nah. If it gets too tricky, I may have something that can help us. But for now, we'll see how it plays out.
You can see now, right?
Yes.
Okay. Glabagool.
Nice. Cool.
Back.
Yep, I'm gonna be moving forward.
If you're behind Glabagool, you're doing it wrong. Get it.
Wait, someone's behind Glabagool?
Nobody. Just like Glabagool is like in third place now. He's winning this race.
Wait, where's Darendil?
He's,
yeah, he's in the
he's
shadow
in
hole.
the shadows.
Smashing on a rock.
That's my turn.
All right. Alatheron is plummeting towards the ground. Strength or dexterity check.
20.
With his wings clenched against his back, he gathers all of his strength and just bursts from the cocoon and is able to right himself back into flight.
Is that at the start or the end of his turn?
The end of his turn.
Oh,
He
yeah.
plummeted roughly 30 feet.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
and he begins to right himself, and as he does, he sees a giant spider come around the corner behind Zash. And it reaches out to bite him. A 20 versus AC.
Miss. Thank you for the spells, guys.
You're welcome.
Fully buffed Sash.
It's so hard not to get cocky.
All right. Brim. Or Jack, go ahead and roll a 1d20 for me.
Okay.
You're going to determine Darendil's ability to navigate the darkness.
Uh-oh.
DC 10.
Nope.
Darendil goes flying off the edge.
No!
Oh no! He
You
lost.
killed Daredevil!
He goes running, charging, bloodlust in his eyes. And he, like, turns back around in a moment of panic as he begins to drop.
I'm
Don't you
just
put
gonna
this on
face
me.
palm, just...
It's not his fault. It's just giving him something else to do. All right, he's got 4 turns before impact.
Because he can fly, right?
Uh-huh.
I think he's too heavy for Alatheron to lift at this point.
Another hand crossbow towards Zash. A 24 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, you take 9 piercing damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Again, you're able to avoid the intoxicating effects of the drow poison. Dork.
Not happy with this draw. I head on up here. There's a huge spider, which seems like a problem. And one drow that Zash probably can handle readily. So I'm gonna target the spider. And yeah, Hunter's Mark and then 2 short bow. Arrows. That's
Okay.
a monstrosity, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
Oh, actually, no. That's a large beast. That is not the monstrosity.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. You can still use the same rolls. I don't know if it's a damage or attack. 15 and a... both would have hit regardless.
Alright. So that's -2 damage on either. Because that's what it gives.
Okay, yeah, the arrows punch into the back of the spider, deflating its abdomen as it scrabbles to grab hold of Zashir and then slips free and tumbles back off of the ledge.
Nice.
Damn thing. And that's it for me.
All right. You hear another intonation, a foul curse rising. Thane, the hair on the back of your neck stands on end as more of this sulfurous brimstone smell begins to waft through the area. There's a bright violet flash in the distance.
I
Zashir.
think we've got trouble coming.
Okay. I think I will start with a booming blade in this fucker's face.
Okay.
Now, this is where I'm curious. Well, first, actually, my bonus action is to summon the weapon back into my hand again. Now, normally a booming blade uses my regular whatever weapon I'm using as the 1d8 and then obviously the extra thunder and such not. So does it now do 2d8 psychic plus the thunder and such not? Because it's using the weapon as a weapon attack.
Okay, so the weapon now deals 2d8 psychic damage. That just becomes its
Yes.
damage. And then it's everything else
Okay.
is on top of that.
Okay, so then this is the correct roll. Oh, and is he in dim light?
Who?
The drow that I'm attacking, is he in dim light?
Yes.
Then I have advantage. Because Shadowblade has advantage on dim light. I'll keep the first one.
Okay, yeah, that hits. All right, describe the means in which your shadowy enchanted blade kills.
Okay, just as I summon it back and hold my hand to the side and summon it back into it again, and then just kind of look at this blade, look at him, and then overhand swing across his chest, kind of bisecting him.
All right.
And more importantly, as he falls to the ground, let me go find that specter. A ghostly specter rises in his spot.
Oh no.
Sadly looks at itself and then looks at me. And I need to roll initiative for it now.
Is it under your control?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It follows my orders. I give it verbal orders and it does it.
Sure. It'll come in on the next turn. Thane.
Seeing this spectre rise, Fane's like, "What the hell is Ash doing?" And then just shakes his head. If I basically go prone and then navigate the darkness carefully, could I get to the other side without meeting the same fate as Derendel?
You can always try.
Okay, I'm gonna go carefully then and into the darkness. Hang on. I guess I'll be just entering the darkness, and I'm gonna go prone as I'm in there, just kind of.
Okay. As you step into the darkness, 3 crossbow bolts come flying toward you at disadvantage.
Okay.
A 1, a 19, and a 1. Does the 19 hit?
Nope, all miss.
Okay. Arrows go flying past you in the darkness. You hear a muttered curse opposite the other side of the chasm from you.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to continue safely through this, if you do so at half speed, you'll make it safely.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. You hear the sounds of bolts, or crossbow bolts being drawn back again. 3 more crossbow bolts with disadvantage towards you, Thane. A 13, a 6, and a 16.
All miss.
Okay. Shore steps onto the ledge opposite you. He points a wand that looks like it's made of twisted goo. And as he extends it towards you, a glob of expanding goo flies towards you, Zash, and arcs over top of you, missing you entirely. He mutters a curse and bangs it against his hand, trying to figure out why it didn't work the way he intended. Puck.
I'll imitate what I've heard of Yip-Yak with my flute and inspire Dork.
Okay.
And first of all, I don't think I would have seen Darendel fly off through the darkness.
Okay. I mean, I'll leave that up to you guys. He made a pretty big, a pretty dramatic entrance and exit of that black sphere.
Whoa!
Oh, true. I did see him enter and then fly. Yeah, okay.
You can hear him falling now, too, because he's still screaming.
He's doing the goofy
Yeah, absolutely.
and scream.
For some reason, I really don't want Darendel to die. Is it
We
possible?
can't leave the Underdark with any NPCs left, you know that?
No, we must.
We gotta make sure to kill him.
Globagul number
That's what we
one.
do.
No, he survived through Gracklestug. He will survive this too. Is it possible to cast Polymorph on oneself?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh-huh.
What challenge rating is a Chasme?
It's a demon though, yeah.
I can't do that. It says a form.
Let's look.
I can link it. 1 second.
Chasme are pretty high level though.
I can do it up to my own level.
Oh,
A
really?
challenge
You're
rating of my level. Well, yeah.
A Chasme is challenge rating 6. It is a large creature. Does the size matter?
Challenge blah, blah, blah. New form can be any beast. Okay, so it does say beast.
Okay. I was gonna say, I was like, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Ah, I would have loved that. Okay. What fucking beasts have I seen? Is that the way it works? I have to have seen the beast.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. You go to think of a spell or a beast to use, and then you feel the Phasrus suffused cavern modify your spell and turn you into a Chasme.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Nice.
In that case, I still have movement after doing that.
Uh-huh.
Then, whatever its movement is, I will fly and bzz over
Okay, you have
to
control
try
of it
and
now.
catch Darendil.
Yeah,
Alright.
you've got control of it now. You've got the character sheet as well. It's got 60 feet of flying. So you,
Just what I need,
yeah,
I think,
I don't
to
know if you
get
can
to
get to him
Darendil.
or not, huh? No, that should
Well,
be fine.
it was
yeah.
60 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because he's also falling as well.
Yeah, you'll get him on the next turn. How about that?
Okay, sure.
Awesome. All right, Spectre skipped. Globagul.
All right, let's see how far I can go.
Preferably not over me.
Also, you guys hear this tremendous buzzing sound as a Chasme goes flying overhead.
What in the...
Globagul. Globagul has blind sight, so he doesn't
Yep.
he doesn't give a fuck.
Just
That's why he went around thing.
All right. Alatheron.
Yeah. Have an idea. This guy is standing on the ledge, right?
Yeah, he's pointing a wand at Zashir.
Yeah. Alatheron recovers like midair, and you hear a single flap of his leathery wings as he rushes towards the drow here.
Okay.
Alatheron was at 34 feet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
You can just round it to 30. That's fine.
sure. So then 30 foot of climb with 30 feet this direction, so it would get somewhere around here. I
Sure.
guess.
Yeah, he can be right equal with him. That's fine.
And Alatheron is gonna try and grapple him and pull him off.
Outstanding.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Let's go. Oh,
I'm gonna roll it open.
come on, fail horrendously.
so close.
He shrugs it off. He bats Alatheron away, pushing him back, nearly toppling over the edge, losing his balance in the process.
Alatheron is screaming in his face, embers in his mouth.
That's terrifying.
Intimidation roll?
No. Sorry. Darendil falls. We'll see just how fast he's going. Oops.
That minis.
Oh my god.
You rolled
30 speed.
Oh, you rolled
Those are,
60
yeah,
ones.
those are D1s. Sorry. I know how to do this. Okay, he's gotten 30 feet further away from you. Puck.
Okay.
Somehow, like, flapping his large Quaggoth arms has slowed him down. Jorlin takes aim and fires a hand crossbow towards the dragon.
No, what a bitch.
A 22 versus AC.
Yeah, that hits.
He takes 7 piercing damage.
Alright.
And a Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
Oh,
God
hell.
damn it.
The bolt rings out as the bow snaps. The bolt flies through the air, punching into the side of Alatheron's hide. His wings buckle back as he topples backwards, unconscious.
So that they're still trying to grab at.
Yeah, you know what? Give me
Sure.
another athletics check.
Sure. 16.
Gripping. Sure. Pulling the drow over the edge with him.
Nice.
Alatheron and the drow begin a tumble, a free fall down towards the cavern floor.
Can I see that from where I'm at?
Absolutely.
As he tumbles on, I say, I bet you regret that poison now.
He screams. The sound of leathery wings flapping into darkness below. The scent of acrid brimstone fills everyone's nostrils as another bright violet flashes in the distance, briefly illuminating the shapes of several drow in the distance as a large, arachnid-shaped creature stands, easily 13 feet tall, with the torso of a drow, the body of a tremendous spider. Wielding 2 scimitars, a drider steps forth from the hells of the abyss.
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound fun.
In the distance, you hear the female voice call, "Vorn! Redeem yourself!" And the drider begins to walk towards the walkway. And that is where we'll end today's session.
No!
Really? Oh.
So
Oh my
very
God,
close to the surface. Outstanding. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Again, crazy session. Any questions, comments, concerns? I'd love to hear from chat if there was anything that you guys enjoyed or hated. If there was any AV problems, please let me know. To my players, you guys are amazing. Sorry for the brief exit there, Jack, but thanks for rolling with it and playing a gelatinous cube. We'll work something out for next time. So I'm going to go ahead and shut the stream down. Thank you guys again for joining me, and I hope to see you guys next time.